It was all yellow.
I
Right.
did not like Coldplay.
Welcome back to the Chicago Chronicles 1999. And today, we're having our first daylight episode, which isn't what it sounds like. I heard a bling in the background. I wonder what that was. Is that somebody's thing? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just so you know, I heard it. Right, now, closing my Discord so everyone else can fuck off at this point. All tabs that are not relevant.
Okay, I'll just go now then.
Going in the bin.
Bye.
You're not a tab.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Right.
I've gone and my alter ego has come back.
All right, so let's do a recap. Charlie.
What the fuck did happen? Oh, okay, sorry. I've just had 2 games since then,
Right.
so they might get mixed up. Might end up in London.
Unacceptable.
We traveled to London.
It's all right. If you end up in London, we'll come with you.
Okay. What did happen last time?
What did happen last time? These are great questions. Well, I believe you went to the Succubus Club.
Yeah.
That
Right.
was the thing.
Yeah, that's where we ended.
Yep. And prior to that, you fluffed around at the other club, and you were visited upon by a lady naming herself Graves. I
In that
believe.
rude
No,
son of
not
a
Graves,
bitch.
Davis.
Yeah.
Davis. Her name was Davis.
That's one.
That
And yes,
rude-
the sheriff. Yes.
Yeah, that rude son of a bitch called a deputy. That's all he deserves. He's just a deputy in my eyes, not a sheriff.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You really got him that time.
I know, I cut him to the quick.
Right.
Notice I said it while he wasn't listening as well.
Right.
Thinking back on it, I think we probably should not tell anyone that we met her, even though it's too late because Lawrence told.
So, okay, let's set the scene.
Hmm.
You guys are still at the Succubus Club.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't, unless you guys went home. Did you guys actually go home, or I don't remember that?
Pretty sure
actually
we had
occurring.
just come out of the labyrinth thing.
Yeah.
We can be at the club. That works.
Right. So you're still at the club,
No.
and at that point, the owner, whose name is bouncing around in my head,
Oh, come on, Cave,
Brennan?
Brendan.
Brennan Thornhill.
Thornhill.
That's it, yeah.
Thornhill, that's it.
So Brendan Thornhill, he offers you a private room to sit in on the edge of the upstairs VIP lounge, behind a curtain, basically there. He says, no one will disturb you here if you wish to stay here for some time. Talk, enjoy. If you want people, you want something to drink, enjoy. Bring them here, it's good.
Do I want something to drink?
Didn't we have something to drink?
Well, you
This
can
is
have.
Chase asking this question. Didn't we have something to drink? You know,
We did. I could always do with a bit more though. So,
yeah, there's no such thing as too little, is there really? Well, to the one being fed there is, or, being fed on. Yeah, there's two, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
you're actually gonna feed Chase.
No, oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay, so
Right.
Chase,
Good.
you're going to go and feed. Very
mhm.
good. Who do you feed on? Anyone in particular that you're interested
Well,
in?
I think I'll choose a young lady that looks sophisticated. She doesn't have to be sophisticated, but
Right. There are some of those.
okay. And I'll look into her eyes and do what a man does to
What
get to
is-
know a young lady.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I was.
And
I'm
I'm
cheering
going
you
back to the
on.
dance floor. You know what?
I'm
I'm off.
assuming you mean by that you mesmerize them or something, or you use dominate or
Yes, I mesmerize her with my charm and
With
wit,
your charm and wit.
and yeah.
I guess we'll
Yeah,
find
not
out
your
how
disciplines.
that.
Certain people can go back to the dance floor if they want.
Right. I think that was a suggestion.
I'm off to the dance floor. I'll catch you guys later, and I'm heading to the dance floor.
No, you better not go to the dance floor. You better not, because we don't want a riot down there.
No, there's a few movers and shakers down there. I'm gonna go party up with them.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing that, and Barry, you're rolling a dominate check.
Yeah. Please let my dominate work just this
I'm
once.
sure it's going to be.
Don't whistle. That makes you sound happy, which is bad for me.
I am happy.
No.
Happy for you.
No. Oh, yeah. When he says that. Oh.
I'm happy for you, Barry.
Why?
That will be a surprise. Do you like surprises?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you're using Dominate level 2, Mesmerize. The system is manipulation and leadership.
Yep.
Very good. And we shall roll manipulation.
And what little leadership I have.
See how that goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
0 successes.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew it.
So
it's the day game. I'm gonna
1, 2, 3,
yeah.
4. Yeah, 4 dice for that.
Okay.
One of them was a 1. So you rolled a 1, a 5, a 5, and an 8, basically. So
okay.
the 8 and the 1 cancel each other out. You came out with a great opening line, but then you stepped on it somehow. I'm not sure what you.
It sounds like me. It sounds like me.
It's true. He did say he wanted to milk bells the last time.
What?
It was an accident. But
Stop. Okay.
So Chase is the master of pickup lines. That's what we've deduced here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Chase is
So-
going to pick up someone and failing. This lady.
Ow! Ow!
She
Oi.
just walks off.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh,
So that was a slap, apparently.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
he pretended like it was.
Chase has been all right.
okay.
So what are you guys doing while Chase is busy being smarting on the face?
I could do with a couple more points, so I'm going to go and find that guy that was dancing with Vincent.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, hey, why don't we go up to the VIP lounge?
Right. And are you using manipulation and
No.
leadership, or are you just going to ask him straight out?
I'm alphaing it. I'm just saying, why don't we do this?
Right.
Because
so that
I have
guy-
access, whereas he does not.
Well, he says, "Yeah, I just got to get my girlfriend. Is that okay?"
Boring.
Did I overhear this while I was on the dance floor?
Well, it's quite loud, so I don't think that you can. But unless you can you lip read?
Oh well,
Not sure.
I could obviously read the body language of her attempting and him failing. Surely,
You can make a body language
It
check.
wasn't a
perception
failure.
alertness.
It was a slight misstep.
Or
perception
even
alertness.
perception and empathy. In fact, I think that's even more.
4 successes.
Yeah, you get the gist of the conversation. You don't understand what they said, but you can tell what happened.
Okay, I walk up to the guy and I say, "Why don't you follow bells using my mesmerize as well? Why not? Let's
Alright.
go for it."
All right, go for your
You're
life.
asking a question.
But you can inflect the language in such a way that the part of the question that is the command
Makes sense.
is,
Manipulation, leadership, and it's 3 successes. So he is your
God
puppet.
damn.
turns and looks at you, Bells, and he goes, "Yeah, sure, okay, let's go."
Okay.
And you take him upstairs.
I take him upstairs,
All right.
and then I taketh from him.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to be dissuaded.
All right.
I'm going to try again.
Chase is going again. All right.
It's going to go again. All right, Chase. Who do you
Here
go
you
up
go.
to?
That's it.
What type of person
Swoop
do you
in.
approach?
Someone less sophisticated and more fun.
Okay, there's some of those.
All right.
There's definitely some of those.
Walking up, confident in myself.
Person's dancing away. Yeah,
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
their thing.
Let's go.
Doing their thing. And you approach, and they're still doing their thing.
And
They're not the sort of person that realizes that their space has been encroached upon yet.
okay, I'm not going to encroach. I'm coming back from encroaching. I realize I'm encroaching. And I get into eyesight of her.
Okay, so you're in the wharf, into the zone, the eye line zone. Okay.
And I go, will you please dance with me?
And that is a command or just an outright question?
That's a command.
That's a command. So dance with me is the command.
Yes?
All right. Very good. Chase.
I should put more inflection on the dance with me.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay, so this is more of that. 2 successes. She starts dancing with you
Okay.
enthusiastically.
Okay.
Right.
Wait for something a little bit more potentially. Get to know her.
All right.
Get to know her.
So it's obviously it's quite dark and loud. So how do you go about this getting to know her business whilst you're dancing?
Okay. Well, sometimes people talk while they dance and stuff like that. And he introduces himself.
Okay. She just says, Katie.
Ah, nice to meet you, Katie.
Thanks. It's loud in here.
It is. It is. It is. Would you like to go someplace a little quieter?
Sure. Okay.
Oh, cool. This way.
Right. She follows you out through the club. And where are you taking her?
I'm taking her into our little section.
Okay. Can you make a perception alertness check?
Okay. Thank you. If you would, that would be nice.
Right.
Please give it a good one. Please.
Come on, man.
Not that I'm uncomfortable or anything, or think that I might bugger up
So
again.
1 success. As you're traveling towards the way you're going, you look back behind you and you realize that she's just wandered off.
It's not my day today, is it?
Apparently, your command to make her dance with you was totally effective, but then your persuasion to go somewhere else was completely ineffective.
Okay, I give up at that point, and I'm disgusted with myself. And I go downstairs
Okay.
where I pretend to be triumphant.
Oh, this was upstairs that you were doing this, not downstairs.
Yeah.
I had the impression you were all downstairs.
No. I'm still.
I'm downstairs at the club, so I'm
I
dancing.
was
Right.
until I went up.
That's where the biggest dance floor is. That's where the loud music is. Because upstairs is not so loud, less people dancing. That's the thing. So if it's okay with you, Barry, I'm just going to switch that around and put you downstairs because
Okay, that's fine.
otherwise
That's
that whole
fine. That's
scene
fine.
would have played quite differently upstairs.
Chase is a quick mover. He can go from upstairs to downstairs. He's like that.
All right.
Did I see Chase fail twice there as well?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
downstairs.
I activate Awe and I go to the hottest person in the club.
That's the mirror.
Well,
That's you,
besides me, but you know, one of the guests, one of the hottest guests,
Hottest guests. Okay.
best looking guest, male or female. I don't think Chase is that picky, to be honest with you.
There's a couple
I am.
there's a couple of really hot, well made up bitch faces standing over.
And saying that, okay, so like I should know Chase's taste, right? So I'm because I've known him for a while now. I obviously know the kind of person
you've
he's
been
after.
to a few bars. You've drank, fed with him before, I think.
Yep. I want Chase's ideal in the club. Let's go for that.
All right, Chase. What is your ideal in this club?
Really? My wife.
Well, I don't know if I should go up to your wife, mate. I don't know if that's gonna...
Well, you're going to have to describe a person in the club, Barry. That's what I'm asking you. Is she
Well, you know what my wife looks like.
Describe
short?
Chase's.
Okay, so we're talking about like short
Idea.
blonde hair,
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
A short, tall, blonde-haired person.
Yeah.
Or short blonde hair, but tall. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I walk up to a short-haired, blonde-haired, tall person.
All right. This chick turns around. Can I help you?
Let me see. So I've got my oar on at this point in time.
This is still downstairs, just to be
Still
clear.
downstairs in the
Right.
music, so technically I wouldn't have heard her say that anyway. Not that I pay attention to what other people say. It's none of their business.
Can I help you? She says.
I lean in to her ear and I say, my friend Chase over there is looking for a partner. Will you join him?
You notice that
I'll join him.
this woman has like a wee what's the term? Posse with her. There's like 4 chicks and a couple of guys with her, all hanging out at a table. Their handbags are on the table. The guys are sort of hanging around that table as well. And what did you say exactly?
My friend Chase there is looking for some attention, some company. Join him.
She goes, "Fuck off, dude."
I use my ability. I can do what I want.
Well, you're using
That and my oar is going at the moment as
and
well.
your
So
oar, right.
technically,
So you better roll
You
your oar.
gotta roll these.
okay. So
Yeah.
I roll the oar. All right, which is charisma performance.
And difficulty is 7, if I remember correctly. Seen that
Free
happen many times.
3 successes on the oar.
That's
Okay,
6
so
people.
that's wait a minute. That's 2 successes because the difficulty is 7.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. So it changes. The difficulty changes.
Yeah. The
Oh, difficulty 7. Okay, gotcha.
So it should be 2
Oh,
people.
actually, isn't there a +1 because I've already got 1 in presence as well? So that's technically
No.
still 3. No. Okay. And then dominate, which is manipulation, leadership.
Yes, you have successfully ordered 2 people.
And
Okay.
3 successes on my
So the question is,
dominate.
when did you do the oar? Because I had the impression you did it before you walked up to these people. But if you did it as you approached these people, then we can say that she is the one of them.
Yeah, I did it as I was approaching because I generally would do that before
Okay.
catching.
All right. In which case, once again, you're forcing me to edit what happened. I hate that.
Sorry.
She's a newbie.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Okay, so you walk up to her, you oar her, you approach the group. You notice one other person in the group appears to be oared as well. And you say what you said, which is you want her to come and hang out with your friend Chase. Right?
Yep.
And you're using dominate to say that as well?
Yep.
Okay, so now you roll your manipulation and leadership. And I need to know what are the words
Oh.
in the sentence.
Do I redo it again? Because I just did that already. It
Did
was
you
3
dominate?
successes.
3 successes for that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and what are the words that you literally said? And where is the inflection?
Okay, so see my friend Chase over there? I'd like you to join him.
Okay. Okay, she gets up off her seat, picks up her handbag, takes her martini, and begins to walk towards him. Chase, this woman approaches you with a martini in a handbag. Not in the handbag, and
Oh,
a
no.
handbag. She goes, "Hi, are you Chase?"
Yes, I'd be Chase. And you'd be?
My name's Xandria.
Lovely name. Very original.
Thanks. And you're Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your friend over there told me I should come and join you, so I'm here.
Would you like to dance?
With you?
Yes.
She looks you up and down. Now, give me a minute. I'm going to
What is-
assess your character sheet through her eyes.
Gonna check out his appearance, right?
Firstly,
Yeah.
well,
Secondly, his resources.
both are low.
Are you
Oh,
both
no.
really trying to help me here?
She goes, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'll just have a drink, thanks."
Oh, that's
She sips on
thank
her
you.
martini.
He sits down and
So your friend over there, he must be a good friend to convince me to come and hang out with you.
he's pretty much taken care of me. I've come on some bad luck.
I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of bad luck?
Well, I was a helicopter pilot, but as you can see, I'm lacking a helicopter.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you were a helicopter pilot and you had a helicopter, would you bring it into the club?
No, I wouldn't. Mind you, with that roof, if it opened up, I could.
Right. Okay. That's a bit of a weird thing to say.
I suppose it is. But it's true. The size of that roof, you could bring a helicopter through it if it could open.
I'm sure you could. So, anyway, I'm probably gonna go now. Okay.
It's fine. Thank you anyway.
You're welcome. She gets up. She starts heading back to her friends. Now, about this time, Vincent, you've been standing over there. One of the guys over there comes over to you and he goes, "What did you say to my girl?"
I said she'd be better off with my friend Chase there. What are you going to do about it?
He's going to punch you.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to make a brawl attack. Would you like to make a dex and dodge roll, please?
Dex and
Here we
dodge
go.
roll.
This is a modern
I'm getting
type
into a
of
fight
bar,
in a club.
Tavern brawl.
Tavern brawl. Men fighting over women because they're ringtones.
Oh, yeah, he nails me.
My God.
He nails me.
Ah! Too perfect.
One success. Okay.
Poetic justice.
Poetic justice. One success. Yeah, he hits you right in the face. I don't know, it does an awful lot of damage to you. Maybe one level of non-aggravated damage.
I've got fortitude. Does that mean he does damage?
He doesn't. No, you just stand there and he hits you and nothing happens.
I'm going to whisper in his ear with Dominate, and I'm going to say, you have the smallest penis in the room.
With Dominate.
With Dominate.
How do you envisage that working as a Dominate command?
Well, I mean, he's going to believe it, isn't he? He's going to think that he's got the smallest penis in the room, and it's going to make him feel pretty inadequate.
Maybe you could say
all of a sudden.
you believe that you have that.
Yeah, I think
no, I could do.
Make it more of a it's command.
Okay, you have the smallest penis in the room, and you're going to show everyone.
This is what we all came here for.
Right, let's make the command. Roll the command. I think that's the difficulty is 7, but you're going to need 3 successes for.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Come on.
You could do it.
Would you like to
I got 2 successes. I mean, come on, that's close enough.
Would you like to spend a willpower point?
He's got 7 dice.
You've got 7 dice.
Yeah, that's
Right, the guy jumps up on the table. He clambers up onto the table, pushing people's purses out of the way, pushing glasses out of the way. He stands up on the table and he goes, "I've got the smallest penis in the room." Pulls down his pants.
And does he, just out of curiosity? Just want to make sure.
It's below average.
Okay, that's fine. I walk away. I'm suited for that.
As you're walking away, you see a security guard swooping on him. And he gets dragged out. And the blonde chick that you were talking to, Chase, she's just like.
I bet Chase is a whole lot more appealing now, that's for sure.
That was her boyfriend, apparently. So, yeah, she turns around and goes back over to you, Chase, and she goes, I'm going to stay here.
Good choice.
Sits back at the table.
And he pulls out her chair.
Oh, very
before
nice.
she sits down.
Okay. And
chivalry is not dead.
Yeah.
Chivalry is not dead. It's buried in a body of a vampire. Right.
So he spends the evening with her, or as long as she wishes to.
Okay.
He
Well,
he listens to her a lot.
right. So
What
you
she has to say. Yeah.
okay? Well, you've got high all specs. You pick up a lot of her stuff. But at first, she's probably not going to talk a lot because you're in a noisy nightclub.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to smoke.
Okay. And what is she smoking? Need I ask?
Cigarettes, just cigarettes,
Okay.
Marlboros or something like that. In fact, you know what? They're not Marlboros. They're clove cigarettes with black filters and black paper.
Oh,
Okay.
it's cool.
Okay. It's cool. Okie dokie. All right. So once he knows her properly, then he will try and awe her.
All right, very good. You don't have all though. That's the problem.
I mean,
Oh,
Dominate.
what's the word?
Dominate.
Dominate. That's the word I'm looking
You want
for.
to dominate her. Dominate her.
Yeah.
sounds so bad.
Crush your enemies. Dominate the women. Okay. All right. Chase is dominating the woman. The woman. Just one, singular. Okay. What are you going to say to her, Chase? This is
All
like an hour later or something?
Yeah. And is she comfortable?
Appears to be.
Okay.
Not, I mean, honestly, she's at a nightclub. She's not that comfortable.
Okay. Is this place by a lake or a river or a...
Not especially.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to see what I've seen and, would you like to come with me and get a coffee?
So that was the command. Come with
Yes.
me. All right.
Can you? So say, can you afford a coffee?
Yes, I can. I can, because I got some money from Thingamajig.
Nice.
She gets up and she's like, "Let's go."
Okay.
And you walk outside.
Yeah.
She says, "You know, you're not really my type, my profile. You know, not the kind of guy I would typically pick up in a bar. But let's see where this goes."
Okay.
She sounds like a bit of a dick, to be honest with you.
You asked for the most attractive hot person in the bar. That was almost exclusively a dick.
Yeah, wow.
Almost exclusively, in my personal experience, as the hottest person in the bar. No, wait, I know this. That was a joke. Okay. I'm not very funny today, apparently. Oh.
We'll save the bangers for later on, eh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so
Thanks, Charlie, for this.
You're welcome.
She extended me a hand. She threw me a rope.
these day games, I don't know so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go for a walk with this lady.
Yep.
All right. Xandria.
Yep.
All right. You're walking down the street.
Yep.
You guys see them leave, by the way. So there's that.
And
Okay. Bye.
we do go and have a coffee.
Okay.
In a quiet. In fact, that coffee. Hang on, am I getting the games confused?
I don't know.
That place, that coffee house that we know of.
The Blue Moon.
Yeah.
There's the Blue Moon nearby.
And it's a vampire joint, so hopefully it's still open.
Okay, it's going to be a drive. You can't walk to the Blue Moon from here.
Okay.
You can get a taxi. You can hail a cab or something.
Yep, I'll hail a cab.
All right. Okay, so as you're traveling there, she goes like, so you're not like a serial killer or nothing, are you?
No.
So you're a chopper pilot?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
How's that?
served in Vietnam for a while.
You were in Vietnam.
Yes.
So what, like a military chopper pilot?
A military chopper pilot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got kids?
I
You
had
look
a
like
son.
you could be my dad.
I had a son and a wife.
Had?
Oh, they're long gone. She was VC,
Uh-huh.
and we met each other over there.
And what are you? Why are you talking to me? That's what I want to know. The cab stops, by the way, outside the Blue Moon.
Look, I'm not kidding myself. I'm no prize, especially going on hard times. It's just nice to talk to somebody.
Sure, but there's a lot of people around.
Oh, yeah. But not many would even give me a look at. At least you gave me a look at.
Sure. Well, you can thank your friend, otherwise I wouldn't have noticed you, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. So, here's our stop.
All right, so she gets out of the car
Yeah.
and climbs up onto the footpath, the sidewalk. The
Yeah.
sidewalk. Because we're in Chicago, they have sidewalks, not footpaths. Right. And there's a fire hydrant too, sticking up out of the ground. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're standing outside the Blue Moon.
Yep.
Is this the place, she says?
Yep, this is the place.
All right, so you take her in, and yeah, it's quite dim and dark in there, and you see a dude sitting over in the corner with black hair and John Lennon glasses and a long coat. He looks up and scans you for a second and puts his head back down into a book. He's got a scarf wrapped around his neck, and he flicks the scarf over his shoulder as he goes back to his book, sips his coffee. You make a perception check.
Okay.
So there's a lot of dice. He isn't sipping his coffee. He's pretending to sip his coffee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of other people in this place, but you didn't really notice them because this guy seems to have some presence.
Okay. Okie dokie. All right. We go and sit down.
All right, you go sit down.
I
She
ordered
looks
to.
around. Well, this is very bohemian, she says, as she looks around at the club.
Well, I have some very bohemian friends.
Right, she
Yeah.
says.
So, have you ever heard of a place called The Cave?
No, I can't say I have.
Must take you there one day. If you think this is very bohemian, then that's slightly the opposite.
Okay. All right. So what now? Coffee? More coffee?
Yeah, we have coffee, and then I look at her and I go, you look like you could do with a sleep.
So you tell her to sleep?
Mm.
This is not very rapey at all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sleep, you say?
Yep.
Chase Hamilton.
Oh, come on, get it right.
I believe that was a success. She yawns and puts her head down on the table.
Okay, and he sits by her horse, and then takes the opportunity
2 feet on her wrist, something like that.
Yeah, like.
So the guy with the sunglasses, stands up and he puts down his book and he walks over towards you and he sits down opposite you at your table. Hi, my name's Hank Cave. This is my establishment.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I'm just curious as to what makes you think it's a good idea to feed off people in public. This is a public space. You know that, right? Like, I saw you literally feeding off that person right in front of people here at a table in a cafe.
My mistake. I'm a little out of practice.
Do you have a haven?
I do, of sorts.
Well, here's just a tip for the future. He goes, take the fucking food to your haven instead of to my fucking coffee shop.
It's not my haven, and I didn't know this was your shop. I'm new here. I mean, really new.
You have broken the masquerade. Okay, do you understand that? Now, you're very fucking lucky that I'm not the guy who's going to hand you in for breaking the masquerade, because personally, I'm not a friend of those powers. But the fact of the matter is, what you have done puts me in jeopardy because you're in my domain. If anyone was to see the footage from that camera, that would be a problem for you and for me.
My mistake.
Okay. Well, come back when you're sober.
Like
No.
you said, I'm new.
That's great. You're new. Okay, you're fucking new. Like, what do you want? A fucking medal because you're new? That's not an excuse for stupid.
All right.
Okay? So you say you're sorry, and you say, I'm going to get this bitch out of here in my vehicle and take her to my haven so that you don't have to deal with her.
All right. Thank you
You're welcome.
for your advice. Okay, he leaves.
How does he leave?
He gets her up, and walks her out and gets a cab and asks her where her home is.
Okay. She tells you, and you put her in the cab,
Yep.
and she drives off.
Okay.
Right. Very good. Charlie, what are you doing during this whole episode?
Right. Well, I took a couple of points from that dude.
Mhm.
I actually might take a little bit more so that he falls asleep.
Okay.
I assume there's like a
This is in the VIP lounge, right?
yeah
Okay.
upstairs.
So this is a safe place.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll go downstairs and I will catch up with Vincent, who is sticking out like a sore thumb.
All right. So Vincent, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. What are you doing?
I'm at the bar. I have the ability to fake eating food, so I'm drinking at the bar.
Okay. Drinking at the bar. All right. Drinking at the bar when Belladonna comes up behind you.
Hi.
Hey Bells, how's it going?
Good. I think I saw Chase leave. Right?
Yeah, I think he had someone with him. I'd assume he's gone back home or something like that to take care of business.
Right.
How's your evening been?
It's been pretty good so far. This place is awesome. I've never been here and I don't know why I haven't.
I got to admit, I really like the atmosphere. It's quite free here as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah. What should we do now?
Oh, I don't know. Pull up a seat. Let's chat.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself. I haven't really talked to you yet, so tell me more about yourself.
Okay.
Before you continue, Chase, where do you go after you've dropped off the chick in the car? Put her in the taxi.
Okay, I go to I make my way back.
Back to the club?
Make
Okay.
my way back. Yep.
All right, so you can enter the scene whenever you want.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Continue.
So
So
yeah, tell me more about yourself. What's your story, Bells?
okay, well, I mean, there's only so much I'll tell you. We're quite secretive people.
Fair enough.
But I used to be a groupie way back when. And then I ended up becoming a hitchhiker. That's why I am what I am today. But after that, I a friend and I ended up running this holistic store called the High Priestess, which is near Northside.
Oh, okay.
And
Is it just one store, or do you have a chain?
well, just one store. We're quite comfortable with just the one. Really don't want to shift to Gary. I really like my building, I like my location. I like the people. We've got like a steady stream of people coming in that want certain products or like tarot readings or whatever.
And by products, are you talking about
Like tarot cards,
actual
crystals.
holistic? Okay, so real holistic things.
Yep, we even make our own stuff, which is fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like blends, incense, and all that.
And how did you end up getting kind of muddled up in this mess? It seems like a strange, change of occupation, going from running a holistic store to, being in this group. That's for sure.
Basically, I had no real choice. It had to be someone out of the gangrel that was allocated towards this coterie, and I thought I would accept the job. The other two, Rose is quite busy, and Doyle is also quite busy.
And so you did this willingly? You're not forced to be here or anything like that?
It's a mixture of the two, but I'm glad to have Nyanga on my side. Yeah.
Quite like Nyanga. I find her knowledgeable but straight to the point. And I quite like straight to the point.
Yeah.
I'm a little older than a lot of people here, and I kind of enjoy frankness and being, direct with, what you think and what you're saying. That's definitely something that I picked up from Nyanga, which I quite like.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Such a lovely person. I'm glad that she is sort of the leader of all of us.
And what about yourself? Do you find yourself direct and straight to the point, or do you find yourself being a bit more cautious?
I would probably have to say a mixture of both. Like a person probably can't just fully be one. It's gonna be a mixture, right?
I guess so.
Depends on the situation. It makes you adaptable.
I'm going to be honest with you and straight to the point,
Okay.
as that's what I like being.
Right, yeah.
I overheard a few things at the Chancery. I was there for the interviews, and I saw the way you reacted to some of the questioning and some of the things you said,
Mm-hmm.
and I find them quite suspicious. And I told Chase of this.
Sorry, can I just interrupt you briefly? In the Discord, there is a channel called Game Music. I am now playing music through that channel if you're interested.
Do I have to? I kind of got my own music on at the moment.
That's fine. If you want to hear some cool music for Chicago, actually, no, you play whatever the fuck you want, but it's there if you want it. Anyway, please, as you go.
Where was I? And so I talked to Chase about this, and I've known Chase for many, many years, and I trust him. I trust him a lot. And one of the things that he told me was that you're a person of trust, and you're a person to trust. And so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. But with that being said, my loyalty in this group is towards Chase. If I see something that I believe to be threatening towards him or not to his benefit, I will act on that. And
Makes
I,
sense. Yeah.
I expect you to understand that. Like, no fucking around. Just being straight to the point.
I get that. I like that you're coming forward with that. It's really refreshing.
Well, I think in this group, like we've all kind of been put together, but none of us really have any bonds to each other. The problem is that without those bonds, how are we to move forward? How are we to act in situations? Are we going to care about our previous loyalties, or are we going to act in the interests of the group? I see myself as here to act in this group, but I also have a few of my own things I need to take care of while I'm here. I am being true, and that disadvantages me and advantages me in different ways. But in saying that, I believe that this group should transcend those loyalties in terms of we need a certain amount of loyalty and honesty between each other. That's
Well,
just my opinion.
maybe I can give you this. Have you heard of blood bonds?
Yes,
Like the loyalty between that.
yes, I do.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, and I won't push the situation further. I want to know that things are on the up and up, not not that there's something malicious going on here. Because if I pick that up, there will be problems.
I don't want this coterie to fail. Definitely not. The first time I got here, I knew this was all a shit show. I'm trying to pick everyone up, trying to make everyone realize that they're not just expendable.
I like that, and I appreciate that.
Anyway, we are being a bit loud. Actually, I'm sure the music will cover us anyway.
There was some very loud music, and I mean we're at the bar on the dance floor, so
We're quite close.
Right. Right. So you've had most of this conversation. Okay.
yeah. And then I see Chase walking into the room. And I
Do
give
you?
him a
Chase?
wave.
Does he see you walk in, Chase?
Yeah, so what? I made a mistake. It's not my fault. What do you
Uh-oh.
mean? I shouldn't have.
What did you do now, Chase?
Well, he did it, not me. But the thing is, I made a slight mistake. Well, quite a big mistake. But we're not in trouble. I'm in trouble. I've got in trouble with a guy who owns a coffee bar. Because, well, I bug it up. I wasn't thinking. There were other things on my mind. I've had a lot of things on my mind.
And what coffee bar is that?
Some place called the Rosary or
The Blue Moon?
the Blue Moon. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
How did you get that from what he just said?
I didn't. I was just he was making odd suggestions of names, and I was like,
You know, Rosary, Blue Moon. You know, I bug it up.
And who did you? What was this? Who were you talking with? Was it
The
What
owner.
did you do?
It
The
wasn't
owner.
Hank by any chance, was it?
It was Hank. Hank's gonna have my balls for garters. I feared in a public place. I didn't think it was a public place. It didn't look very public to me at this hour of the night. But
Was there any witnesses besides Hank? Is there any?
there's film of it. He said he wouldn't let the people know that should know because he doesn't like the people that should know that they should know. But I'm giving up. I've finished. I'm not going to be a vampire anymore. I quit.
Pat Chase on the back.
I quit. I keep doing the wrong thing.
That's,
I don't have a helicopter.
everyone does the
can't-
wrong thing as vampire. Forgot where we are.
Look at my clothes. They are great.
Why don't we have a chat upstairs where this isn't going to break anything?
Well, I'm a little worried considering you understand where the Blue Moon is, right? Remember that person that we won't talk about. We talked to, and she mentioned Blue Moon.
Mm. Okay. All right. We'll go up
Yep.
there.
Come on.
I'm quitting. I'm retiring.
I'm gonna wink at someone on the way up.
With what other?
With my eyelids.
With your eyelids.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just some guy or some
Yeah.
girl or.
Let's have a one if I female. Female.
Okay.
I don't know how to seduce people.
Well, it starts off by putting more than 2 into your appearance. That's the start,
Well, I thought that now he's down on his luck.
right?
I'm gonna put some points into it later when he actually gets out of being down on his luck.
Can he increase that if we go give him a makeover? We could do a Chase makeover episode. We can go to a salon,
Yeah, no,
get some new clothes.
no, it's unfixable.
You got it.
If I'd have known that, I'd have put more in the thing.
Well, look, there's other ways to feed,
Yeah.
Because
other
the
ways to
pic-
pick people up. It
the
doesn't have to
pictures-
be.
The picture's way too good looking then.
Well, it's also from a time that is where there was a different type of attraction. Like what was attractive to people in the 60s is not attractive to people now. They're 2 different worlds apart.
You might not
As
not
a-
do well here, but you might do well somewhere else.
As a 50-year-old vampire, your idea of what you think, like your self-concept and the concept of what young people in the world, in the game, think now are totally different.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah.
I mean, you went into a gothic nightclub treating people with chivalry and respect, and they're like, what the fuck is this? This is some alien shit. You're treating me like a human. I didn't come here to be treated like a human. I came here to meet people my own age and dance, basically.
What does Chase look like, by the way, age-wise? Does he look like he's in his 30s, or like what age did you kind of set him as? What do they call it? The look of what they look like, and yeah.
Well, you know that. Remember that old program called?
That's right. The guy that looks like
Vegas.
the Battlestar Galactica guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got the hair. I mean, he was a good-looking guy. Like, you know.
But now everyone's interested in Timothy Chalamet.
Who the hell is that?
Exactly the point.
Yeah. I
That's the
I
point.
think
I
then would have
get
been
you.
like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
It's,
Leonardo.
well, The
Actually
Matrix
true.
just came out, so like this would be kind of a Keanu Reeves era. I
Keanu
think, would be.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Marilyn Manson or
Right.
something.
I mean, the hair in the picture that you gave me, Barry,
Mm.
would put most people off in this modern day.
Well, I don't
In
care.
1999. I know you don't care, but the point. the
He
point is,
doesn't
like,
care. I
from-
mean, he doesn't care.
right.
He doesn't
Don't worry,
care.
I'm getting you access to a rest home eventually, so that way they'll love the haircut. You'll fit right in.
Right.
We'll be
It'll
fine.
Totally modern.
You'll be the hottest person at the rest home.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, look, the other thing you could have done simply, Barry, if you had like out of character, you walk up to them and you say, "Follow me." You walk down an alleyway where there's nobody around. And you
No.
feed them.
Like a good old Jack the Ripper.
It was kind of. He is a kind of awkward. He doesn't.
Right.
It's not his thing, as far as.
So he's got
chatting
too
up
much
people.
humanity is part of his problem.
Yeah.
50 years though, you'd think you'd have like a style of hunting at this point.
You-
like
you
50
need to
years
have
to
a-
develop something.
That's true. So
Yeah.
what is you have a modus operandi about by now?
Yeah,
pretty
this is
much, but-
obviously my bad luck night. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
and also
a
you've
fucking
just
night.
arrived in Chicago, so maybe you're
I'm out of
out of
sync.
sorts. Out of
I
sync.
am really out of sorts, really.
Thrown
I guess
off.
anyone who's like born in the 60s going to a gothic nightclub is going to be very different to what you're used to. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's
Oh,
But
yeah,
bear in mind,
yeah.
you've just come from New York, where you've been associating with Sabat vampires
And getting shot at.
and getting shot at. But the fact of the matter is that the Sabat operate very differently. They want to feed, they feed. They don't fuck around
That's
seducing
true.
people.
They got the blood
yeah,
bags,
yeah.
right?
They have
So
them tied
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
ceiling, you know. So
Yeah.
you've had access to that for a little while, and you probably didn't like it.
No, but
Yeah.
I had to live, so
You
I
had to
dealt with
survive
it.
through it,
Yeah,
right? Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you've kind of coming to this whole, oh, now I have to actually hunt again thing,
Yeah, practice. I'm out of practice.
right?
Really
And-
out of practice.
Several decades out of practice.
But he's like, oh man, oh god. Anyway, continue. I get your point.
Do
Yeah,
continue.
good point.
So where are you?
We're going upstairs.
You're upstairs. Okay.
I'm being
So we're
flirty
in
on the way
we're in
up.
a private room, are we?
As you're going upstairs, just make a perception alertness check on your way up the stairs.
1 success for me.
1
Two.
success, 2 successes, and for Barry. Let's see what Chase sees with his elf eyes. I mean, his vampire eyes. And that's 2 successes for Chase as well. So Charlie and Chase, you all notice, but Charlie and Chase particularly, you notice as this guy comes through the room, he walks through the dance floor below you. He's got blonde curly hair down his back. He's quite broad-shouldered, wearing like a neon blue gym shirt.
Is this Brit?
It's not Brett. You've
Okay,
never
cool.
seen this person before in your life, but I can say that he has an appearance of 5.
Ooh. Well, swoon.
Right. He walks.
I wanna get to know
right
that
through
guy.
the bar, and he goes towards the elevator.
And can you tell if an elevator goes up or down in this place?
You can watch the. You can make a perception check, an investigation check.
Perception, investigation?
Yeah, make an investigation. Yeah.
Okay.
Perception, investigation.
1.
1, you're not sure. You're not sure which way it's gone. He gets in the elevator though, and the doors close.
Is it like the time where we were told that it was going to be a certain amount of time before a person came in to partake in the labyrinth?
Well,
It's
this
around
is
about that
much.
time?
This is much later than that,
I guess it was just my curiosity.
right?
We should keep going. Yeah.
Right.
What?
Stairs.
Um,
Nothing.
You don't. I mean, at this point, you don't even know if this person's a mortal, a ghoul, or a vampire.
It's a pretty guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go upstairs.
Right. So you're in the VIP lounge upstairs now, and for the sake of continuity too, it's now 4 a.m.
Okay. It's not too long before we have to go to bed.
Yeah. I have some business to do tomorrow. I need to do it early in the evening, but other than that, I think we could maybe we should get together and just have a good chat and kind of I don't know if I trust this club. It's just a personal preference, but I'd rather we went somewhere private that we know is private, not
Like your place?
we can do that. That'll be fine. Yeah.
Seeing as like I don't know what Chase is up to.
Chase is with you, isn't he? Right now.
Yeah.
He's with us.
I'm
Like where are you staying now?
with him.
Oh well, that makes it easy. I'll pop around tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Dicky, Doug.
I don't know about you guys. It's just that this club is run by a certain individual, and with it being run by someone we don't really know at this point, you never know what's in here in terms of bugs or anything like that, right?
Like actual bugs?
No cockroaches. Yeah, they can. Yeah, kind of. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Right. I mean,
Well,
this
I
place
did
looks
learn some-
alright.
I did learn something valuable.
What did you learn today, Chase?
Well, I hope I didn't learn it in the daytime, but I'm still here. Anyway, I did learn that the guy in the coffee place that I got, kicked out of, he doesn't like the powers that be.
Okay.
He would. That's a good thing to learn, I suppose.
There is
So-
one problem I have with the guy is now he kind of has some evidence which could be quite disastrous if it fell into the wrong hands. So he owned the place and he took footage of breach of the Masquerade, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could go talk to him after meeting up tomorrow.
I think we should. I think I got to get rid of this business and then we'll go and talk to him and see what we need to learn.
Should we perhaps mention that
Okay.
person to
Oh,
him?
I don't want to
But
go back in.
I guess we don't really know what we're doing in regards to that woman, right? So maybe we won't mention her yet.
I am not very good at that kind of thing.
Or maybe you could do something to apologize. You know, if you want, I can get you some like soaps or something.
Yeah.
If you want, maybe some like essential oils. I'll make like a little gift basket. I mean, if you could pay me back for it, that'd be great. I'm running a business, but then you can give that to him as a sorry.
I've
Right?
got I think this is a good idea. I'm also thinking maybe we should distance ourselves from Chase in terms of no, not like that. Like in terms of Chase is his own party and we come in separately to Chase. It might be good to kind of see what he's like from two different narratives, if you know what I mean. He obviously will believe that he's got something up on Chase at this point in time, which
So we
could
going first? We going first and then him?
we could do that if you're interested
It's
in this,
probably
Chase.
better if we do it that way, so we can sort of downplay the fact that he's coming with us. um,
Okay, boss. Yeah.
oh,
okay.
don't be sad. I mean, we could just all go together. Like I don't see that being
No,
an
no,
issue.
no, no.
Just be
Let's
honest
do
and-
it. Let's do it. Let's
Are you
do
scared?
let's do it the way you said, so we can learn more.
Okay.
We don't really know this person yet, and it might be good to kind of see how he reacts to someone that's not there for a reason. You know what I mean? At this point, he thinks that Chase is just some random that's come in there, breached the Masquerade, and left again, which might make the guy think that, hey, maybe this guy is too stupid to. No offense, Chase. Not you know.
No offense taken. So far, I've had a good night. Compliments everywhere. But yeah, okay, I get the point. No, good. Go for it.
This could be good to learn something about the guy, and I think he would trust Chase a lot more than he would trust us at this point in time. Just given that he's got.
How do you figure that? How
Well,
do you figure
you're-
that? I'm the stupid one. Remember?
Well, here's the thing: you're vulnerable to him at this point in time. So to him, you have something to lose. He has something to gain. Whereas if we come in, we have nothing to lose. He doesn't know us from a grain of sand. It might work better, kind of starting off in this approach, and we can get to know how the guy reacts when he's put in a situation of advantage.
Right. So I'm
That's
gonna
a
put.
good idea.
I'll put together a $50 gift basket. Okay. And
Okay.
I'll expect you to pay me.
$50?
Yeah,
Really?
$50 gift basket. And-
Vincent slides a $50 note to Bells.
Thank you.
This is
Oops, that was a
embarrassing.
500.
Thank you.
Several $1,000 bills drop out of your pocket as you're pulling out your lighter.
Oh,
Chase,
sorry about that, but yeah, I just had some walking around money laying in my pockets.
Chase
Okay.
dives on the floor and tries to get all the money he can. Oh, no. You like, this is humiliating, really.
Okay, so what are
Thank
you? So what are you guys doing now? It's getting quite late.
I assume we
Okay.
should go home at this point and rest up and
All right.
yeah.
So cutting a long story short, then you head home. If you want to do anything now, this is your
Should I make the
chance.
gift basket
Make the
with
gift
Zora's
basket.
help. Yeah,
Zora assists you to make the gift basket. Very good.
beautiful.
Okay,
Zora, is that Rita or is it a different one?
different.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's my
Zora's the OG,
my
is she?
original. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So Zora, yeah, she makes up a gift basket that includes lots of blue candles. Because
Aw.
you said something about the blue moon, so she makes this blue moon gift basket.
I love it.
And
What
it's
about
all
like a
very-
little selenite sphere as well.
Right.
Does that look like a moon?
Sure. And they you make together this high priestess blue moon gift basket, and it's very beautiful and nice and yes,
I love it.
yes.
Okay.
And it has no kittens
Say
in it though, although the kitten does climb on it because Rita
it.
sees you doing this, and the kitten comes out and walks on it, and it
Aw.
gets kitten fur on it too. So
My life has come to this thing.
fortunately, Hank is not allergic to cats because he's a vampire.
I'll
So
give
that's
like
an
little
advantage.
Merlin a little little pet.
Okay.
He's
He nibbles
super
your
cute.
nibbles your
So-
finger.
Just take me through this again. Yes, okay, I'm asking you. You tell me to ask her, I'm asking. So what do I do with this?
Right. I'm going to do a special effect now.
Good, because I'm
And-
like, what?
And now it's the next day, and you're all awake.
Oh, what a great sleep I had. It's
Right.
brilliant.
Right. And anything else you want to get done in the meantime, you can just tell me what you did. We don't need to play it out.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
guys can
Do I need my business meeting, or can I just say that I bought the retirement home?
can you make a charisma and finance?
You had to
Why,
ask.
yes, I can.
You had to ask.
Honestly, he's got to use that stat at some point. So that's good.
2
See if you can-
successes.
See if
Two
you can roll
successes.
finance on everything.
Right.
Perception and finance.
Find a way to make finance checks.
Yeah.
2 successes, you say? Well, they are demanding a massive amount of money for it.
I was just going to dominate the guy, just, an
Really?
FYI. So
right.
I was going to
Okay.
win. I was going to buy it anyway.
Right,
Like,
so
there's
you-
no way he was stopping me.
At the outset, when you get there for the meeting, they put down a figure that is like ridiculously high because they know who you are as a businessman. Your name's on billboards, right? So
Yeah.
they're trying to get this really, really high option. Then you're going to dominate them. So you can roll your dominate.
Oh, okay. Man,
Let's
I
go.
gotta remember the stat: manipulation, leadership.
Yep.
0
Oh.
successes. I guess I'm paying full price.
Yeah, you're paying like triple price.
Mm, all right.
Do you cough up for that?
I kind of need it because of my being of intro. I kind of need it. So
Wanna
Alright.
yeah.
shop around. You could be ruthless and be like, well, actually, I'm taking my money elsewhere.
Well, I mean,
And
I
then
can,
see what happens.
I can come back and get my money back later. So yeah, I'll take it for now.
That's
I'm
true.
coming
That's
coming
true.
back later though.
There are ways and means, yeah, for sure. Okay, so
I am.
it's in the process. It's going to take 3 weeks for all the deals to go through and all the money to change hands and all of the escrow accounts to be paid off and the lawyers to take their cut and everything else has to happen, all the contracts and shit. But yes, the deal is essentially done.
So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with the retirement home? I have to ask. Vince?
Eat. It's a personal place that I need for certain requirements of mine, and it's a really good venture that can be expanded to other regions. For example, Gary, at some point. So it's kind of a base business for me that I need to bring things to light later on. But
I got another question. I know you already have a driver, but to earn some money, I could drive for you.
see, it's funny you're saying that, Chase, because I happen to not know how to drive very well, and I could definitely lose some lessons in driving. And I think it's kind of non-inconspicuous driving around in a stretch limousine with flames coming out the back of it. So I was thinking maybe purchasing something a little bit cheaper and more common might be a good idea.
Okay.
So maybe you could maybe you could be my tutor and teach me how to drive things.
Oh yeah. I definitely. I'd be glad to.
Excellent. So let me know whenever we need to drive anywhere, and I will do the driving.
Really?
Gladly. Yeah,
think
I-
it's that
oh,
easy.
I'm gonna be amazing at it. Don't worry about it.
You're starting off in a big shopping centre kind of driveway.
Oh no, stuff it. Let's just go for it. Let's just see how we go. It'll be brilliant.
If we'll get arrested.
Possibly.
You know what American police are like?
I think we'll be okay.
They tend to be pretty, how can we say, without being too harsh, brutal. Yeah, and you know, you could get to spend a night in the cells if they feel like it.
Something tells me we won't have any problems with the police.
You're that confident about your.
Well, it's not that blah that I'm confident in. I have a feeling that Loden might be well connected in that space. Just a theory of mine.
We can't overdo that, though, can we?
Well, I mean, I've got a phone number that might help as well. So perhaps, you know, speaking of which, I got her to run some number plates the other day. I wonder how that went a couple of days ago. Anyway, so what are we doing? We're waiting for bells at this point in time, I take it?
Yeah.
Now, remind me, just out of game, speaking of number plates, whose number plates you were running again?
We're running the number plates that they had when they were doing the interrogation of the blood bags, one of the guys remembered a number plate that they were using for a lot of their vehicles. And so we've got that number plate, and I got the number of Loden for his contact at the police, which is somewhere, and she's running the plates to see who owns it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. You're going to get an email that says that that plate is owned by someone named Dolores Gant.
I like that name, Dolores.
Dolores Gant. And here's the address. It's in the message. Doesn't
123
matter.
Gant Street. Gotcha.
Right. It's a low-income housing sector in Cabrini Green.
Oh, okay. All right. So what are we doing now? We're just waiting for bells to
Wait
show
for
up.
me.
Right. So you are back at your house, I assume.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
If we're back at the house, how long is our meeting going to take with Belle? Because I've got to get in touch with Tyler. Because I'm still looking for work.
Well, what kind of work are you looking for?
Flying?
Okay, and Tyler's going to provide that for you?
Well, one would hope. One would hope.
Okay.
Though, with the way Malek's going lately? Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Belladonna, do you arrive at the mansion?
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So
Bring
Vincent,
the box in. All
Vincent's
beautifully
got
done.
pictures and stuff. James has got pictures and an address and stuff. You can even look the stuff up. He can share it with you if he has if he can.
Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be cool.
Is this an old building?
It's over 100 years old. It's quite old.
Am I going to see shit here with my mirrors?
Well,
Ooh.
there
The
is.
medium one.
Oh, actually, you probably will.
Okay, great. I love seeing shit.
Because even I see some really fucked up shit around this house for some reason.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're not the only crazy one.
here we go. There's
Right.
the pictures of the house for you guys.
Where?
Ah, it's
It's
In the chat, there's a red button.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'll open it up
ah,
and I'll share my screen for you, Barry.
Okay.
god damn. This is so fancy.
Do you see that?
Ah, a nice little place.
Nice little place.
There's nothing conspicuous about that at all.
And when you show up, I make the joke of if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
If it ain't Baroque.
I love it. It's so good.
Nice.
Oh, Philippe would love that place.
Imagine all the shit I see is just face palming. All the ghosts are like,
Right. They're like, shouldn't have owned those slaves.
Well, technically, my father built the place, so there were no slaves here.
No
Well,
slaves here.
partial slaves, but they got a fair wage of $2 a day. It's fine.
Right. Wage slaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their lashings.
Nice.
It's super nice.
Stairs. Stained glass.
That is beautiful.
This place
Yeah.
should be an Elysium.
Yeah.
It will be when he takes over.
Right.
Oh. Sage would
Oh,
hate this place.
Still loading.
Her boss
this-
is like, what?
This is a lot like the place that you guys were in last night, actually.
No.
Weirdly enough.
What the fuck
With
was that pink room?
The pink room was a girl's room.
Oh,
Still pink.
so sexist.
Yep. Could be anyone's room nowadays.
Okay, it just serves to remind Chase that he's
Right.
really poor compared
the
to
gist.
that dude.
And Chase is in the pink room, just for FYI. That's the room he got.
Chase is in the pink room. Okay. Right, so you're having your meeting in the pink room too, or where do you have your meeting?
Hey, nobody goes in the pink room.
So when you get there, the bells, there's going to be guards and things. So are there guards? There are guards, right? Yeah.
Yeah, guards and as a head of security.
Right.
Oh,
And
guards.
Benson is the head of security.
No, that's Julia Gulia.
Julia.
Julia Gulia.
Say it.
She doesn't call herself that, believe me.
That's
But
her
I
last
call her
name.
Julia Gulia as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. she her eyes have begun to twitch.
Are you sure this day game was a good idea?
Right. So, Charlie, Julia Gulia
Yeah.
He did it. I can't believe it.
comes out to greet you at your car, your vehicle, whatever.
What
it
she's
is.
wearing.
What?
Ask what she's wearing. That's on my foot.
What's she wearing?
Something from the 70s probably.
No. You ask the fictitious god of all what she's wearing.
Are you
I'm
asking
lost.
Julia what she's wearing?
No.
Are you asking
No.
me what Julia's wearing?
Yes, that's what you should ask.
What have
Nope.
you put on Julia?
What is Julia wearing?
Julia is wearing a Superman outfit.
Really?
Yep, she's wearing a Superman outfit
What?
Why is she
This-
wearing a Superman outfit?
because I found it funny. And that's something that my character will do to torture Julia for today.
Okay.
And they call me Malkavian.
I know, right?
Do you
She
work
she
here?
she
by
comes
any
out to you and
chance?
she lowers her head as she comes out to you. She goes, would you like to come inside, madam?
Do I? What else am I going to see?
I believe your compadre, your business partner, Vincent Jews is waiting for you inside.
Why are you wearing this?
Oh, photo shoot.
Okay.
Not great timing. Forgive me.
Well, you look great.
Thanks.
I wish I had your. Oh, my body's actually pretty great, but your physique is great.
Thank you. She takes you to the door.
Hmm.
Walks you into the whereabouts are you guys in the library?
We're in the parlor, I assume.
parlor. The parlor. Very good.
Vince, you cannot do that to a woman.
I can do whatever I want to that woman.
That is.
Sir, Belladonna is here to see you. And she steps back and lets Belladonna through.
Thank you, Goldie. Go away. Be gone. Shoo.
She goes.
I picked her up in the 70s. I've had her since the 70s. Long story short, she was a feminist and a female rights activist. So, Julia. Anyway. Hello, Bells.
Are you
How are you?
punishing
Wow.
her?
Excuse me?
Are you punishing her for being a feminist?
No, I'm punishing her because she cost me a lot of money. You know, equal rights cost me a fortune.
Do you realize if she's supposed to be protecting you, one day she could just decide not to protect you, and
I don't think she has the brains for that. We'll be fine.
Oh my god. Bells is so like 100 different levels of offended.
Oh no.
Um,
I'm a Malkavian and I'm 120 levels of offended. But what?
Okay. All right. So you're at the house, and you everyone's offended except for James, not James, rather Vincent.
Vincent,
Yeah?
this defeminizing people has got to stop. I can't believe I'm saying this. This has got to stop.
I'll take your suggestions on board.
That's what you say when you don't take my suggestions on board. One day, I'm not going to believe that you're not going to take my suggestions
How long
on
have
board.
how long have you been putting her through this?
Since the 70s. Yeah.
Is there any way that I could perhaps take her off your hands so you don't have to see her?
It could be possible with the right dollar figure.
I don't
Everything's
have
up
money,
for sale.
but I don't have money, but I could, do something else.
And what would
I'll tell you what. I've got it.
No, but honestly, this isn't on.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Julia,
She comes marching back in. Sir,
go put on a robe or something. Apparently they don't like the outfit. That's fine. Go.
No, that's not what we said at all. That is not what we said at all,
she
Julia.
begins to turn and stops.
I've got a Barney outfit. I sometimes put her in that. Sometimes it's the new trend.
I'm gonna go with her, and I'm going to find her something nice to wear. And I'm going to get out my clothes, and I'm gonna shred that Barney shirt.
I'll tell you what. I will teach you to drive if you put her and let her go in something reasonable for free, no
Reasonable.
charge. Yeah.
Reasonable.
No. Something that the boss would like. Something that the boss would like and Julia would like. Yeah, I saw that coming. You were gonna fool me, but I'm not gonna let you.
You like this outfit, don't you, Julia?
Does Julia have free will to say yes or not?
Nope.
No. Okay. She's going to make a willpower check. She nods and cries.
Oh my fucking god, Vincent.
Okay, fine. You can dress her in whatever you want. That's fine.
Let me take her.
Okay. Julia, you can let her dress you in whatever she wants.
Come
She
on,
nods.
come on here.
She comes with you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
All right, what do you want to wear?
She shakes her head like she doesn't know. She hasn't thought about that for a few decades.
Okay, well, I'll give you a hand, shall I?
All right. So we can say that you guys get Julia dressed.
Yeah. And something that is feminist friendly.
Feminist friendly.
Yeah.
So some pants and
Something
a shirt,
empowering.
a
Right.
jacket, a suit, something like that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when Julia returns, she's wearing a suit. That's if she returns.
I did shred up that Barney suit though.
You did?
Yeah.
Which one did you shred up? The Superman suit.
The Barney suit.
Oh, the Barney
Yeah.
suit. Okay.
All right.
Cross it
Alright.
off our inventory.
Well,
All right.
okay. So while this is all going on, what are you doing, Chase? While Bells is taking Julia upstairs,
All
that
right.
leaves you and Vincent in the room together.
My retainer, Jimmy, has had a brilliant idea.
Okay, what's that?
Okay. I've added to it, of course.
Charlie, you walk back in on this.
We have
Bring
got
Julia.
Sabat troubles. I mean, at some point, the Sabat will be back to see the boss. And the other dude, you know the other dude? What was his name, boss?
Don't remember. Just kidding. It's Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Lawrence. Now, I'm thinking. Jimmy said, let's get a building, put a helicopter on top of it, put explosives in the building, seal off the building, and tell the Sabat that there's something there, and all go in. When they all go in, we run up to the top, get in the helicopter, take off, and blow up the building with Sabat in it. That was his idea.
That's a very expensive idea.
Oh, no, explosives aren't expensive. You can steal them. You can steal them from any, building works and all this sort of stuff. Anyway.
What if they find out that the building is trapped and then they just take everything and the trap isn't set off? No, I'm just wondering. Like, I'm actually curious. I don't know.
Well, there was. It is a possibility. It's true. But you see, the bait is not good enough. There has to be good bait to get the Sabat to come to the building.
What would you suggest as bait?
Why don't we let them think or spread the word? Of course, we have to ask the elders this. Okay. Why don't we let them think that the elders are having a secret meeting in this building? Great opportunity to have all the elders in one building. The Sabat would go for it.
And do we know if all the elders are not on the Sabat side at this point in time?
See, therein lies the problem to me and Jimmy's ingenious plan.
You're trusting 5, 6, 7, 8 people to keep it, like an idea quiet and, keep the ruse going, which, if any one of them happened to work for the Sabat, we would be in a lot of trouble.
Hey, I've come up with the idea. We have to smooth it out a bit. That's what you two are for, because you're far more intelligent than me. So how do we smooth it out? How do we smooth it out?
Out of game, where is Jimmy right now?
Jimmy is in his room.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think? That's the rough.
I mean, it's a rough idea. It's it's an idea. And, it's definitely could be done, maybe. But I'd say there's a lot of ironing out to do with that one.
Well, I definitely think there's a lot of ironing out to do. But you see, the thing that people miss is, yes, I was in the army. But I wasn't, well, I was a combatant, as you know, Vince. But I was a combatant in a helicopter, which is different from a combatant on the ground. So, you see, I'm not a genius as far as that goes. Combatant-wise. Sure,
I mean, first you need to leak the information that hopefully the Sabat would get. Yeah. Second, you would have to hope that no one that knows this information knows that it's a scam or a trap,
Yeah.
doesn't tell anyone in the Sabbat that it is a fake. And then you've got to make sure that they all walk into the building while we blow it up. And that could be also a very hard thing to do. There's a lot of moving parts in that idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think what we probably might be a good idea to work on is something along the lines of we need bait is what we really need. And, you know, using the council as bait is a good idea. However, there's too many moving parts to that idea. Like there's too many people to trust, too many people that we need to hope are going to be 100%, you know, behind the idea. I think making bait might be a little bit easier if we had the right type of bait. So I'm assuming the Sabbat really don't like you, Chase. So from what my experience was while I was over there, you know, you did happen to damage quite a lot of their facilities. I think in a way they'd probably be out to get you and have you as a slave again, right? Would that be a fair assumption?
If they didn't kill me first, yeah. Yeah.
How good a bait do you think you could be if, for example, you had a lot of money and happened to have a helicopter and, you know, word was spread that, you know, Chase, this guy from, you know, a Sabbat stronghold, broke out and is now loose in the city of Chicago.
Then I'd have the vampires in the city of Chicago after me as well.
Well, you'd have the Sabbat after you, though. You'd make very good bait at that point in time, right?
So you let me get this straight. You want me to be the bait?
Well, I'm just speculating. Like for me, I hear an idea, I come up with changes to the idea. Like, but I think. What do you think, Bells? What's your idea?
I don't really have one, to be honest. I keep thinking of a room that just incinerates people. I'm not intelligent, okay? I run a
come on,
holistic
boss.
store. I'm not a tactician.
Okay, what say you and I and the boss, and boss, you can still work in Chicago.
That's good.
But what say?
Don't plan on moving.
I know we talked about that. Remember?
Well, you talked.
Okay.
I defended. Yeah.
Okay. I talk. She did. Yeah. Don't argue with her. She knows what she's talking about.
I do.
Okay. All right. Okay. What if we all started a business about like smuggling and stuff? Smuggling things that people don't want known about, because we roughly have an idea that a Sabbat elder is due to be on this island at some point. So if our friend with his smuggling friends can manage to block off most of the smuggling points, and we're the only business left for them to smuggle through, we could get the equivalent of a prince and an archon.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to be the naysayer on any idea. So
Anything better, I'd be glad to hear, especially where I'm not the bait. Yep.
well, yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, the thing I think about then is technically you're cutting off a lot of smuggling operations, and a lot of those smuggling operations are going to be owned by other vampires. And
That's true. That's true.
so one of which might be Prince Loden, perhaps, as well. And cutting off supplies to important people might be problematic.
Yeah, there's that too. See, I'm not made for this. We need somebody who's got a tactical brain. And that would be you, Vince. You're the
Oh,
closest thing we got to a tactical brain.
I'm not into tactics. I'm just a business person.
Yeah, but business is business, if not anything else, tactical.
So what I was thinking about over the last, couple of hours, last night while I was, contemplating in my sleep,
Yeah.
was you want to move operations to Gary. I understand that. I do own a real estate company, and a good idea perhaps might be to do something where we start buying up some real estate and making a little bit of traction there. Perhaps we could get more information on the other guys from this address that I got. So I contacted one of the police officers and got them to run the number plate of the number plate that was mentioned in the in the interview that we did, and I've got an address and the name of the person who apparently owns those vehicles. Perhaps maybe we could investigate that and have a look at that first and see where that comes up.
Yeah,
sounds good to me.
I mean, I do remember in Younger saying that it might be a good idea if instead of us just being on the defensive, we kind of move to a more offensive strategy. And so bringing the fight to them might be a better idea. My theory anyway. And I'm sure with like the support of our friends as well, and Lawrence and Bob and everyone else, we should be able to get together and do that. Perhaps maybe even later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
We could do some investigating on that.
Yeah, we could. Okay.
But I mean, I like your ideas, and I mean, never stop giving ideas. It's just that we kind of need something to really put our hat into, and I like the idea of maybe us being more offensive than defensive might work for us at this point, given that the only information we have is this address, and that's pretty much it. On the other side, we've got the sleeper information, which could also be another thing to pursue. Now, how did you guys go when you were down in the tomb yesterday?
I didn't find anything per se. Did any of you see anything unusual, or different, or strange?
Belle, anything?
Nothing to do with the sleeper.
Okay.
I think.
Did you notice anything, Vince?
No, seemed pretty stereotypical at this point in time. I had a look around and hold on a second, sorry. What's his name?
Brennan.
Brennan showed me around. And I got to see where Brennan's room was, and just having a look around. That's pretty much it. That's all I've seen so far.
Okay.
So I mean, if that means that we're at a dead end with the sleeper idea at this point, perhaps we should move on to having a look, either talking to Hank, or we can go and have a look at this address. I think we should do the address later on tonight when when Lawrence and Bob are around as well, so we can all go together. I think numbers might be an important thing if we're going to what could be a Sabat stronghold of some sort.
Yeah. So if we go see Hank, would it just be us introducing ourselves, or are we actually going to mention Carol Davis?
I'm not sure about that.
So I would probably keep it. I'd keep it on the down low until we know exactly what we're doing with that.
Well, what's your thoughts on this one, Chase?
Well, you mean, okay. I'm not sure what to do in that direction, to tell you the truth.
I mean, we could just introduce ourselves and kind of gauge what they're doing, and see what we think of Chase. I mean, Hank, before doing anything with him, or we could talk about Carol. But I think my personal opinion is like she's very risky business at this point in time. Like we don't know much about her.
Exactly.
We don't know if she's on the level or if if she's some sort of plot, and that worries me a lot. I mean, I don't know what your guys' impressions were of Carol, but mine were she said a lot of things but didn't have a lot of information, and I don't see value other than, of course, handing her into Loden. But I assume you people aren't going to do that. So, other than that, I don't see value at this point.
Mhm.
Okay. Here's a long shot. Seeing we're just airing out the valley. Okay. Everybody that we know at the moment on this side, the Chicago side, is either afraid of Loden, works for Loden, or is influenced by Loden in some way, possibly. Okay?
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So, we have to find somebody, because there's a supposed warehouse, is there not?
That's right. That's what Carol mentioned before, the information warehouse, right? Yeah.
We also have to put as part of our agenda finding somebody who doesn't like Loden, who's got as much power as Loden. Well, in a sense, as much power, who can go and find, who is eager enough to find the warehouse for us. Then that cuts down our job somewhat. But they said it was bordering between Gary and Chicago somewhere. And that could be anywhere in this city.
What's before you said you wanted to make a call to Tyler, correct?
Yeah.
What's your association with Tyler?
Well, I was just told she could give me a job flying helicopters. I don't know much about her. I was wondering if you could find out some information about her.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've only met her once, and it was not a good meeting. I can tell you, she's very strong. That's pretty much all I know at this point about her.
So she's not gonna hire someone who looks like me at this stage, huh?
Well, you never say never, Chase.
Yeah.
I wonder if perhaps we know who told you to use Tyler or ask Tyler?
A buddy of mine who is connected to Loden.
So she would be one of Loden's people. Like we can guarantee that at this point, or
I actually don't know. I have not a clue.
okay.
She
However,
could be.
however, we do know that Hank might not be on the ends with Loden. At this point in time, he might be our only connection that we have that's not part of the whole Loden sphere in the city. So, I mean, maybe it's a conversation with Hank that we need to have at this point. Because I personally think if we are looking at moving and doing anything in Gary, we're obviously going to need to talk to whomever the prince is. We don't even know who to talk to about that at this point in time. So maybe having someone not friendly to the prince might help us in that regard. What do you guys think about that?
I'll be keen on talking with him.
James?
Maybe just don't mention. I still think we should keep our cards close to our chest for the time being.
So, which one of us is the better orator to deal with these people? Of course, we'll all be there, but I think we should nominate an orator.
I think Bells has better knowledge of the area and of the scene that's going on at the moment. Perhaps Bells would like to have this interview with Hank.
Well, we all just do it. Do we need someone taking charge?
I guess so.
Here's the
We
gift. Here's the gift. The gift basket here. You should give him it. There's a whole
well,
bunch of like little blue moon charms, and there's some selenite in there. Blue candles.
yeah,
You'll love it.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Just say you're sorry, and everything might be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we try that? Shall we go and have a meeting with Hank and have that discussion?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
Why did you say that?
Because I know it's Nicolas Cage.
It's just rude. Just rude, Charlie.
Other game, I almost tried to kill Nicolas Cage. I mean, with mercy. Okay, Nicolas Cage, aka Hank.
All right.
So no one's met out of game. No one in this group has met Hank at this point, right? Like we're
Except
the,
for Chase, who
Yeah.
briefly
Chase?
met him.
Oh well, yeah. Besides the
Yeah. Out of game, nobody knows anything about Hank.
we just know that he's the name mentioned and he owns the Blue Moon.
He has the blue moon. Right.
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
And that's Delio.
So you head off to the Blue Moon, which is in a area of Chicago that's quite wide and flat between two rivers.
I'll drive.
There's a Walmart just down the street. There's a Krispy Kreme donuts you go past, and then there's this couple of older buildings. And in between those older buildings is an alley, and there's a car park, a parking lot for the Blue Moon Cafe, which is a 2-story building with a lot of corrugated iron outside of it, cladding on the front and sides of it. Big sign, neon sign, the Blue Moon Cafe. And you see a bunch of hipsters hanging out there.
Ugh, hipster cafe. All right.
Wow, this looks great. But we'll just have a bit of contrast there.
Right.
Chase is at the back.
Right. And outside you see a few people. It's still quite early by, modern standards. It's only about 9 o'clock by now. One moment, please. Okay. And you go into the cafe itself. I assume you walk through the front door, and you're doing this together, all three of you together?
Yep, and I enable my
Yeah.
oar as I walk in as
Couldn't
well.
we do
Come
this?
on.
I'll just go.
Come on, you.
I
Uh-uh.
All right, so
Let's go.
Chase, you're kind of being dragged in by Bella, and you're rolling oar. So let's get an oar roll.
Let's go. Don't
7.
forget about the difficulty.
Difficulty is 7.
Yep. Good
3.
job.
Wow.
Really good. 6 people.
All right. A bunch of people look up at you in awe as you come into the room, and you notice there's a couple of them that don't seem to care so much further towards the back. One guy looks up. He's got like long sideburns that go down the side of his face, and you see Chase. You see Hank sitting in the corner by himself, scribbling on some paper with a black pen. His sunglasses still on. He doesn't seem to ever take them off. These black John Lennon's black hair. He looks a bit like the singer.
Nicolas Cage.
Just stop.
Vince, guys,
I'm sure he sings.
He's the one you're looking for over there.
He's
Well,
the
let's
droid we're
go.
looking
Come
for.
on.
Okay.
All right.
I push Chase.
Yep, he's going in first because he's gonna
Yeah.
give that basket away.
Yeah.
All right. So you go over to this guy, and he looks up at you. Hello. Oh, you're back again. Interesting.
Go on.
Are these your friends, are they?
Yes, sir.
Are you looking to get served, or are you looking to get served?
Well, I'm looking to apologize
Oh,
for my
that-
lack of decorum.
well, that's a new one.
And this is nothing much, I know, but might help. It's a blue moon basket.
Blue Moon Basket.
Yes.
He looks at it, turns it
Especially
around.
curated for you guys.
Wow, that's actually really impressive. Like I've never seen anything like that before. Nobody's ever thought to do anything like this before. I've never seen it. Wow. Okay, well, he puts it over on the table, looks up at you, Chase. You're different. You're actually different. So these are your friends, huh?
Yes.
So
Hi.
what enticed you to come back again this evening? Was it something I said?
It was the fact that I really felt like I needed to apologize and to explain that I am well out of my depths.
Well, let's be fair. You could have just chosen never to come back here again and never shown your face, and nobody would have been the wiser. Everything would have just been fine. But you've come back and you've apologized and you've brought your friends, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, I'm Hank. This is my friend here, Mark Levesque, over in the corner. He's French.
Nice to meet you.
So, forgive him his accent. And he winks at, well, you can't tell he winks because he's wearing sunglasses.
This is my friend Vincent and Belladonna.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you.
So very
Nice
nice
to
to
meet you
meet you too. Why don't you all, he looks around the room. Why don't we go upstairs? And he points to there's some stairs that go up one side of the cafe. He says, a long time ago, this place used to be a, what do you call that? It was a train station of sorts.
Wow.
Would I remember that? I would,
Actually, yeah, you probably remember when it was a train station and there was a cinema here.
You could hardly tell. Where? How?
Well,
See,
you can
I
see
mentioned
the
it.
ceiling here in the archway. That's why the whole place is so skinny. It's
I
skinny
mentioned I
and
used to go to
tall.
the cinema, and I used to love the cinema here as a youngster.
Wow, you've been around for a while then. Remarkable. So, how can I help you all? So he takes a seat at a table upstairs. There's nobody there.
Right.
There's one person, a woman, sitting at the back of the room of upstairs, all by herself, with a computer at a table.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
just so
Vince,
we'd introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've done
After
that
Chase
successfully.
has made such a silly mistake.
Well, Mr. Chase, you're forgiven, I suppose. I mean, what can be done? I take it you're pretty much a brand new vampire.
yes, and I spent a little time with some very unsavory people.
Oh, I see. So you've picked up some bad habits that you have to teach yourself back out of, I suppose.
Oh, very much so.
Right.
Very, very much so.
Well, look, everything is forgiven.
Thank you.
We're gonna keep an eye on him from now on.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
My friend here, Vincent, is a businessman. Maybe you have some ideas about, well, obviously you do, about business, and I thought you might have something in common.
Can you make a
that way.
perception and empathy checks, please?
Okay.
4.
2 successes.
I'm just gonna roll me some Barry. Roll me some Barry stats. Perception and empathy. It is. Here we go. Okay, so Vincent was a 2, so Barry, that's a nothing. But Charlie got 4, is that right?
Yep.
When he starts talking about business to this guy, Hank seems to reel at that suggestion that he's a businessman in any way. He does not. You get the impression, Charlie, that Hank does not see himself as a businessman.
Okay. Hey, Chase.
Well,
Kind of. Hank here doesn't look like a businessman to me.
Well, I have like a cafe, but it's not like I'm looking to expand or anything. It's just a place for my friends to come and hang out. That's mainly what it's for.
I
You
get
know.
that. My holistic business is kind of the same. I'm not going to make a franchise out of it.
Right.
It's
We're
a
just
safe place
looking.
for it.
It's a safe place. It's a means of basic income. It gives us what we need, right? I understand
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. Why don't we know each other?
I know, right? I tend to not spend a lot of time in Chicago. Like I would spend about 6 months here, and then I'd go traveling.
Right. Well, I suppose
I'm
that
a
makes
gangrel, so it
some
makes it a lot
sense.
easier.
Oh, well, it's very open of you to say. I'm, for all means and purposes, you should probably know I'm bourgeois,
Oh yeah,
bourgeois, depending on who you ask.
that's cool. I love the Bruja, man. They're awesome.
Not everybody loves the bourgeois, let's be fair. We have reputation. We like to keep that reputation upheld. It serves us in our own way. You don't happen to know the doc, do you? Have you met the doc?
The doc?
Yeah, Dr. Critias.
Do I? I know who he is. I know that he's Primogen for Bruja.
Right.
But does Bells know?
Does Bells know? What would Bells knows? She might know. She might know.
Yeah,
She
I mean,
might
have
know
we
the.
had?
You might know the name of the Primogen Council members. That would make a certain amount of sense, especially at your age and such. So yeah, you probably know who he is, but you've probably never met him.
I know of him. Primogen counselor, Primogen council guy.
Right. Well, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's got some really far out there ideas, man. Like the kind of ideas that would change the world if you let him just run with that. It
So,
seems like Loden and his kind are not so interested in letting the doc run with his ideas. So what are you gonna do? Leaves it to the little people like us to change the world.
So something's going through my mind, and it is I'm impressed that Hank is friends with the guy from the Camarilla.
Right.
So I'm like, that's cool. It just makes it seem more of like like to the Bruja, maybe the whole Camarilla and Enoch thing. They put that aside just for the time being.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
They can apparently coexist.
Yeah.
Right.
Just really cool.
So that's what she's thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. He turns around to you, Vincent. So I assume then that you are some kind of businessman. You two seem familiar, actually. Have I seen you around?
Oh, I've been known from here to there. I mean, I try to keep a low profile, but somehow reputation precedes sometimes.
The other dude that you saw downstairs that he said was French comes popping up the stairs. It's a very skinny set of stairs that go up almost like a ladder.
The spiral ones or the?
It's a straight one, actually.
Okay.
It's just like straight up, like metal rails. It's got steps, but there's rails on the side of it to hold on to as you climb up. Anyway, he pops up over the top. He's wearing a beige suit with 2 different colors of beige paneling in it. And he comes sort of walking over towards you guys, and he puts a piece of paper in Hank's hand, and he just taps the paper like this, and Hank takes it and looks, what's this? And the guy stands back. He goes, I don't know. Just thought that you should see. Perhaps it's just information. It never hurts to know things. And Hank looks at it and he unfolds it. Well,
Read through it.
you do get around, he says Hank, and he turns the paper around on the table and pushes it towards you. It is a photograph of a billboard from the internet that has been printed on a dot matrix printer.
Oh, look, it's you.
And it says Vincent Jews. And there he is. That's him right there. That's the guy.
Do the face, Vincent. Do the face. Come on.
I have a very plain-looking face at this point, and I say, unfortunately, my reputation sometimes does precede me.
I see. So, okay. So, what are you doing here? You're not here for nothing. The three of you didn't just turn up here with your little gift basket and your hellos just to say hi. There's something going on here, and I want to know what it is.
If one were to start a business in Gary, who would they have to get permission from apart from that of the prince, obviously? And who is the prince?
Well, you know what that is right there, what you've just said? That is what we call a non sequitur. That is when somebody says something that has absolutely no fucking connection to what we're talking about. But okay, your question
It's okay. This is who he is.
like why what
Malkavian.
Okay. Well, that explains a lot. That actually explains just about everything I needed to know. Okay, I take it back. Everything I said about you in the last 24 hours is gone. Forget about it. I'm not going to ditch you in for any problems. Okay, no problem. Okay, look, Gary, is that really why the three of you are here, or is that just him?
Maybe we should be a little bit more open. Basically, we kind of want to get to know you.
Why the fuck would you want to get to know me?
We're new to this area, and it's good to have friends in the right places and to know people that, you know, have influence in the area and know their way around a bit more than we do.
So we've got a Gangrel, a Malkavian, and who am I talking to? Mr. Deuce. I'm under the impression that you're a kindred.
I am, yes, and I guess my affiliation would be Ventru at this point.
I see. And who might be your sire, Mr. Deuce?
No one from this world. My sire comes from the old world, from Europe. He's not from around here.
Wow. Okay. So you're not related to Prince Loden by blood?
Not at all, no.
Okay.
May I just set the record straight? I understand that Bruja have a reputation, and so do the Ventru. Let's be completely honest, and both of our reputations always precede ourselves when our clans are mentioned.
Right.
So let me just clear the air about a few things. I'm here at the behest of my sire.
Here, as in the Blue Moon?
Here in Chicago.
Oh, I see.
At the behest of my sire, and I don't lend myself to any affiliations in this city at this point.
No affiliations.
No affiliations at this point, no.
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, obviously, I'm going to check you out, and I expect you to check me out. So,
can you check me out?
You're Gangrel. We don't need to check.
Yeah,
you out.
I mean, like, you could always check out my store. You know, feel free to come over.
Think
love
about
to have
that.
you.
Okay, so a Gangrel adventure and a Malkavian walk into a bar one day. Sounds like a joke.
All
right, so who do you need to talk to in Gary about starting a business? Well, I'm going to suggest that you first run that shit past the Prince of Gary if you want to go play by the book.
Okay, we do want to play by the book, but is there anybody else we have to see?
Well, not officially.
How about unofficially?
Yeah.
You're quite serious about this? In which case, I suggest you go and visit a little place they call the Rose Garden and talk to a fellow there, if you can even get yourself into his presence. Juggler. That man is the man that runs Gary. That's no doubt. The Prince of Gary, Modius, is, I suppose the word is a figurehead.
Next big
Right.
question. Is he a fan of Loden's?
Gary? What do you mean? What, Modius or who?
Both.
Mr. Juggler.
Juggler is, I would say, about as far from being a fan of the Prince of Chicago as you can probably get without being dead.
Good.
Meanwhile, I should say that Prince Modius, well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think he's a big fan of Prince Lotan either. After all of the shit that went down, he looks over at the other guy. Mark nods. Yes, he's terrible. What has happened here is very bad. There has been much bad blood between them. The two cities is terrible. A lot of blood has been spilled.
So, do I miss my guess and say that if somebody became successful in Gary and it got too big, Prince Loden wouldn't be happy, huh?
What kind of success are you talking about? Says Mark.
Say, making the city better.
What do you mean making the city better? How do you intend to do that? You're going to wave a magic wand? You have $100 billion to invest there?
It would take time, but they wouldn't be happy, would they? I just want to know what kind of eruption that would cause.
You have to really understand the situation here. It's not just that Gary is a failed economy, it's that the whole country is milked this place. The economy is tied up not just with Chicago, but with the whole railway system, everything. The whole country is tied up in this.
So,
Wait. What was your name again?
My name is Mark Levesque.
I like how you say your own name. It's really fancy. Do you know Bob?
Bob?
Bob.
Yes, I know a Bob, but what of him?
Bob. We don't, actually, I don't remember his last name. We just call him Bob the
Bob
Bruiser.
Berger.
Bob Lepont?
That's the
Or
one.
Dupont?
Yeah.
Dupont? I'm aware of a Bob Dupont, yes. Why do you ask?
Just remember Nyanga mentioning you. Yeah. She really
Nyanga?
liked you.
Well, that's nice of her. I very much like her too. She's a very nice person and
Yeah.
very kind for a vampire of her age.
Yeah, she's lovely.
And
I hope I can
distinction.
remain like that.
I too hope that you can remain like that if you are indeed like that to begin.
oh,
That's
she
true.
is like that to begin. Yes, definitely like that. Yeah.
What
Sorry, off
else can we
topic.
do for you? You've come here to talk to us about Gary. It's very interesting that you are interested in Gary. Why? What do you hope to achieve there? You want to change the face of Gary and make it a better place. This is your objective?
Like you said, you'd have to have lots of money to do that.
You realize, of course, that there are 100 small towns like Gary all over the United States of America that are broken and laying to dust like Gary. They call it the Rust Belt for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
All of these old steel mills and cities that rely upon steel and making cars, they've fallen. This is the way the economy has gone.
Okay.
There is no workforce in Gary. People are leaving the city. How do you attract people to the city to live? Well, they have cheap houses, yes, but cheap, shitty houses. Le merde, you understand?
Understand.
Yeah, we definitely understand. It's
Nobody wants to live in Gary. It's a shit place to live. There's shit houses, shit police, shit cafes, shit food. There's nothing there. Nothing worth living there for. If you open a restaurant in Gary, who is going to come? Poor people with no money. They're not going to come to your restaurant. No one's going to eat there. What are you going to do? You can start, what can you start? A sawmill, a factory. Maybe you find some people. You can employ some people. Maybe you can do that. But you will have more troubles because there's been other problems with Gary. There's been problems with the laws restricting the kind of business that you can own. There's laws restricting the kind of transport you can run through. There is no heavy rail system now. It has been demolished.
So did Loden establish all this, or
Oh, you are very
Was-
smart, young man. You're very smart. Yes, that is exactly right. Your friend, the Prince Loden, he has slowly pulled the pins to make the city collapse. Taken him many years, I think. So what do you think of that? You still want to live in Gary?
the only way to bring up an area is to invest in it, and the only way to invest in it is to go and see what it's like. So, I think having a look wouldn't hurt at this point.
Well, real estate is cheap. If you want to buy drugs, it's a good place. If you want to look for motorcycle gangs, is another good place to go there. Yeah. But
Who do you just every now and then I like to party. Every now and then I like to go to the club. And who would be your source for drugs in Gary if I was to talk to them? You would happen to have a contact I could make by any chance, would you?
I am a vampire. I don't need drugs. I have no requirement for this drugs. But if I was to look for drugs, if I was going to go in that direction, I suppose I would be looking for the Rose Garden would be a place to start, perhaps.
Excellent.
Should we go to another club then?
I think so. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate all the knowledge that you've imparted onto us.
Well, we do like to make friends with the vampires, especially new vampires to the city. You know, it's good.
can you tell me anything on how I should approach someone like Tyler?
These two look at each other. Now, why the hell would you want to approach Tyler for?
Well, my career has been flying helicopters.
Let me ask you your career. I used to be a bookseller. I'm not a bookseller anymore because you know what? I'm a fucking vampire.
I was a Vietnam vet.
That's nice. So you were a baby killer. Nice.
Yeah, so they say.
So, what, you want to fly helicopters? What, for a living? Or you think it's a job or something?
For a living.
How long have you been a vampire exactly? And what do you think that entails? I understand you're Malkavian, so maybe this is a difficult question.
So you're telling me I should give up flying helicopters?
I'm
Especially-
saying that if you want to fly helicopters, that's nice, but it's not a job. You're a vampire, you don't need a job.
My clothes say otherwise.
What you need is money. You don't need a job. You're a vampire.
He looks at him with confusion, like he doesn't understand.
Levesque, yes, Hank, what is it? Get this man some fucking clothes. Oh, sure, of course. Come on then, let's go shopping. What do you think? You want clothes? We'll buy you some clothes.
I want self-respect.
Look, Hank says, you may have been a helicopter pilot in the past, and you may discover that there are reasons in the future for you to fly helicopters, but it's not a job. It's possibly a position. It's possibly something that you can do as part of a team effort to achieve some ends. But you're not going to wake up every day of your life from now to the end of time and go, I've got my job to go to. Put on your clothes, walk down to the helicopter pad, get in the chopper, and start flying errands for somebody. You're a fucking vampire. Why do you think like this? Are you somebody's slave? You've been working for the man your whole life. That's the whole problem with this way of thinking. The man has been controlling your brain since you got out of bed when you were 15 years old. What the fuck? Wake up. It's time.
Yeah, fight the man.
You don't need to work for the man. What you need is a helicopter of your own. It's not a job for you, it's a business.
Yeah.
And how am I supposed to get that money to get that helicopter?
For God's sake, man, you're a vampire! Use your fucking powers!
Okay.
How do you think anybody gets anything in the world? We are vampires! You can drink people's blood, you can control them, you can do all kinds of shit with your powers. Fucking use them! Make a plan! Get some money, invest the money, buy a helicopter, start your business. Stop being a sad motherfucker like you're being right now. It's pissing me off. There are people who are starving out there on the street, not because they don't have a helicopter, but because they don't have any food.
I'm gonna get out some like essential oils, the calming one, and
Okay.
just sort of waft it in there. Yep. Calm.
So stop acting like a goddamn pussy. You get a plan together, use your powers, learn to use your powers properly so that you can establish some kind of base of your own. That's what this is. That's what the Blue Moon Cafe is for me. This is my base. I have money because I have a business that I have invested in. But that's all I need. I don't need to have the Sears Tower and the Dali Plaza and the ports of Chicago or any of that other bullshit, okay? I have one thing and that's enough for me. That's all I need. I need somewhere where I can talk to my friends, where they will come to me, where I can feed in private. That's all I need. If you have some burning desire to fly a fucking helicopter, then what you need is a fucking helicopter, my friend, not a job. Jobs are for morons, they're for humans, they're for idiots. You are none of those things. Unless I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
Well, that's where we differ, friend.
Wow.
Okay.
You think you need a job? I'm sorry for you.
I
He's
think
right,
on
Chase.
yeah, I think on that note, maybe we should leave at this point.
Well, adios. I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you for your thank me for my hospitality.
Yes, thank you very much, Hank.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time and your
Be-
knowledge.
Be careful with the candles, of course. You're a vampire. I'm sure you're well aware what happens to vampires, but just be careful. I hope you enjoy it. There's other things in there.
He watches as you guys leave.
Okay.
Time out. Academy Award goes to Russell for that one.
Goes
Yep.
to Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Right.
He's right, though. Probably shouldn't think of it as a job.
You know what? So are we in my car at the moment? Are we with Benson or is Chase driving? How are we
This is
driving? At the
driving,
moment?
but I don't know what we were driving.
All right, let's go to an airport.
In what?
Any airport, which
Oh,
one?
we drove here somehow, didn't we? Right.
Maybe the Bellmobile.
There.
The Bellmobile?
Yeah, it's my
she's
hippie
got a
van.
She's got a van.
Yeah.
There's two airports that I know of. There's one in Gary, which is O'Hare.
No,
Not Gary, not
O'Hare's
Gary, not Gary.
that's in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, O'Hare is
that's the
Yeah.
international
It's
airport.
it's the international airport.
There's a much
and
smaller one called
There's a
Ridley.
smaller one in Gary.
where do we buy a helicopter?
We don't buy one. You can't just buy a helicopter. I mean,
You can if you have the money.
you need a particular type for? What are you going to use it for? There are many types of helicopter.
Well, out of
What would
game,
you-
I'm just going to look up Chicago helicopters.
What would you?
I'm gonna go get a muffin. I've been
What would
wanting
you
to
want
eat
it to
for a
do?
month.
What do you want it to do? Do you want?
So I
it
assume
to,
we're sitting in a car at the moment or something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's your car, and it's you've got your driver.
Okay. So Chase,
Muffin acquired.
he made a very good point. I mean, I owe you a debt.
You owe me
And-
nothing. It's just
No,
what
no,
a
no,
person
no.
would do
You-
for another.
You saved my life, and as on my honor and on my dignitas, I owe you a boon. So,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
how would you
Well-
like for me to pay that boon? How about you get your own business? You can fly helicopters for tourists or whomever you choose, and make enough money to get yourself enough income to support yourself, and maybe get your own home, something along
Yeah.
those lines, and start progressing in your afterlife, your unlife.
Okay. That would be great. But I still got the thing of, see, if you go and buy everything for me, it's
No, I understand that you're a proud veteran, and you've done a lot of service to this country and to me as a business person. So it won't come for free. If I need anything transported, or if I ever need a lift at any point in time, the rule is that you drop everything and you come. Other than that, you're free to make whatever income you can with whatever type of business you decide to do with that helicopter. If, of course, my financial advisor, whom I'm texting at this point in time, seriously, will approve that.
That's so nice of you. You're not like the other venture.
Texting exists, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes. So text message to
Okay.
financial advisor
All
Peter
right.
Dunhill.
So
Want to-
a few minutes later, Peter Dunhill's going to come back to you with 3 different helicopter companies in Chicago. There's Chicago Aerial Tours, Chicago Helicopter Services, and Heli Chicago.
Chicago.
And they're, none of them are for sale, but everybody, as you have earlier pointed out, is always for sale. And beyond that, he suggests to you that they may have assets that they are looking to get rid of or upgrade. Like they might have an old chopper they're prepared to sell off cheaply because they're about to replace it with something better. So there's those options. You could also, if you're just looking at starting a new company, you could buy a brand new helicopter from a manufacturer directly. So it would be a new chopper. And you've got different types of choppers to look at. I mean, obviously, if you go for an older chopper, you could get something bigger that has like more weight that it could carry, more flexibility in terms of its different types of roles that it could take
yeah,
on.
because helicopters have oodles of things they can do.
Correct.
Okay.
But if you buy a new chopper, it's going to be very expensive, and it's more likely to be smaller and likely to be lighter and
Yes.
have fewer roles that it can fulfill.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I eyeball Jason, look him straight in the eye, and I say, "What do you want to do?"
Oh, and
This
the guy
is-
says to you, alternatively, if you're prepared to spend a lot of money, we could get you like an Apache.
I don't see us.
No, we don't want Apaches. I spend my time in armored helicopters. I don't want to spend my time. Though for a second I wanted to.
Might be worth it though. Think long term, not short term.
Well, I mean, you got to think about what you're going to want to do with that helicopter. I mean, this is completely your decision, Chase. This is your business, and the success or failure of this business is completely in your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to cut around people? Is that the dealio? Or
You want to do tourism? Do you want to carry supplies of special types?
I was thinking of tourism and transport to places.
I mean, out of game, the easiest thing to do is have a helicopter company that just is open for bookings.
Yeah.
And then tourists can hire you, industrial people can hire you, film companies can hire you.
But I need a daytime pilot, so I need to have a ghoul that can work.
You might need a few pilots because you're going to be busy some of the time too.
Okay, all right.
And who knows? Maybe there'll be a ghoul showing up next week that could help with that. Who possibly knows?
Out of game, that's true, yeah.
dressed up as a Green Goblin or something, right? Jesus.
The green ghoul goblin.
Okay, well, yeah. He wants to do that. He basically wants to take people where they want to go.
All right. So, what is it? So you get a message back saying, "What about we get a single chopper with parts?" And
Jimmy could fix it. Jimmy knows what needs doing.
you're going to need basically a warehouse or a hangar for it.
Yeah.
And a hangar in Gary might be a good idea as well while we're doing this.
I could get a
set this
hangar.
up in Gary.
What about getting a hangar we could live? I could live in.
We could do that.
A
Right.
hangar that I could live in. Me and Jimmy could live in the hangar.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But I want to pay you back. I want to pay you back. I want to work hard to pay you back.
Well, I'm sure we'll eventually come into some business that's going to need some choppers. So I think we'll work something out. That's fine.
Okay. And I think we should do what Bill suggested. Think long term as well. Save up for maybe something like an Apache. Save up.
I don't know what kind of business you're going to run that's going to need an Apache, but that's
For us, maybe.
possibly.
You know, if we
You
knew
can
a business
put-
spot.
You can put weapons on a helicopter. Jimmy knows how to do that.
Anyway,
Right.
so I guess for the sake of time, that's a thing, right? We're
Yep.
doing
So
that.
that's being implemented right
Okay.
now. It's going to take time. It's not going to
Yep.
happen overnight.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right.
So, should we go to the Rose Garden? Or wait, what's the time? We just
Time
got
now
up,
is
and then we
about.
went-
Yeah, you got up. You had you got together at Vincent's house. You had a big conversation there for a while. People got changed. Then you got in the car and you traveled to the Blue Moon Cafe. Had a conversation there. Now you've left there. You've been driving for a while. You've sent some text messages. Made some calls about helicopters, and now it is 11:30 p.m.
Let's go. I mean, when we get there, it'll be like an hour later.
Okay.
So we're hitting the club again. Well, a new
In the
club.
club again. Maybe we need like some clothes or something. I keep dressing up like.
Please don't be a golf cub. Come on, give me something I can dance to.
Okay, quick question. I need to ask Charlie this question, I think. This is the multiple iterations now of the Chicago Queen Coterie. Has there been any documentation or record handed down through the group at any time?
I doubt it. Honestly,
Nobody's recorded fucking anything, have they?
We're not like
Nobody's handed
organized
down
enough.
anything. Right.
Yeah, no items.
But I mean, we're not ripping that we're the Queen Coterie anymore either, because as far as we're concerned, this is a new group, right? Like,
Oh, that's all true. I'm just curious because they were started off
like
as
guns and stuff. Or-
they started an investigation, and at some point that investigation simply that those investigators are no longer investigating for whatever reason, and a new team of investigators, that's you, have been put on the case, but nobody's passed on the case notes from the original investigators to you guys.
She was too like scatterbrained to really have done that herself. Jin maybe, but Jin
I
was
was thinking Jin has been reporting to the prince, and the prince might actually give Vincent notes. So Vincent, you might have some notes that have arrived in an email this evening.
Okay.
So yeah, do you
Notes saying FYI, what do we got?
Right. So in your notes that you get from the prince, you get there's a number of reports telling you a little bit of the story of the Chicago Queen coterie so far. So you've watched a lot of the videos, right? Out of game. So you've
A couple of them. Yeah, I
Couple of
didn't
them?
want to know too much because I kind of wanted to come in blind.
Okay, fair, cool. Okay, so what you learn is that the Chicago Queen coterie was founded on this particular date because they had this. There was a gala celebration for Maureen O'Leary, who was a Mulcavian head of Clan Mulcavian, and she also is the member of the clan that started the Great Chicago Fire approximately 150 years ago, or something to that effect. So they had this big celebration gala ball on a boat called the Chicago Queen, which was a steamboat that was out in the middle of the water. And apparently, the Chicago Queen was hit by a Sabbat attack of missiles, rockets of some sort, hit the boat. And members of the human feeding crowd that were on the boat to be fed upon ended up becoming ghouled. They got ghouled in order to be used as essentially cannon fodder, but also to help them break out of the boat because they were trapped in the engine room at the time.
And that was not by the Sabbat. That was by
That was by members of the Camarilla on the boat, right? So those members of the Camarilla escaped the boat along with the ghouls that they'd just made, and made it to the shore. Then they were sort of taken in under the wings of various vampires immediately. At first, they had a lot to do with the Mulcavians because they were dealing with an individual named Jason Newbury, who was a Mulcavian. And one of them became the childer to Jason Newbury, I think. Is that right? No? Oh, it was Maureen O'Leary. That's right. My confusion.
Jason's her brother.
Jason's her brother, right?
And she says that every time.
Right. So that was Mercy.
Yeah.
The prince made a childer named Jin, who was a member of this group. There was a Nosferatu who was a member of this group. His name was Tony. Tony didn't make himself very popular very fast, and he ended up actually getting killed by a bunch of, well, we don't know who killed him, to be honest. But
who did it.
he was returned in a bottle to the Chicago Queen coterie, who were staying in a beach house in Gary at the time. They visited, the group themselves visited Juggler a number of times in different forms. The member of them that had the most success at talking to Juggler was Gus. Gus was the gangrel. Gus was later discovered to be a member of the Sabbat, or something to that effect. They turned him, at least, and he came into the Sears Tower with assault weapons and grenades and tried to assassinate Prince Loden himself. This was a dismal failure, and Gus has been kept staked in the basement of the Sears Tower ever since. And he's been tortured a number of times, you've now realized. So any other poignant facts that I can think of? Those were the main things. So they have investigated the
Could probably tell him about the the truck situation. Maybe?
Situation.
So like with Rodriguez, and
I don't know if
that
that's
had an impact.
Did Jin have any knowledge of that? I don't think
Jin was there.
Jin was there, but I don't think Jin knew about the out of game what happened to Mercy.
No. She doesn't know. He doesn't know. Didn't know about that. But the whole that scenario.
Right. So there was a truck that they tracked down that was supposed to be a bunch of weapons that Gus was supposed to steal, and then sell them to one of Loden's childer. And the job had been set up by Juggler from Gary. So Gary set up a job with Gus to do this thing. The rest of the Chicago Queen coterie assisted in the job. The job went sideways.
Sideways as in it was a trap, or sideways as in
It was more difficult than they were expecting.
Okay.
And they ended up with the truck, but Gus had the truck, but there wasn't long after that Gus went crazy and attacked the prince.
It would probably note that that Mercy has sort of gone missing in action.
Right, and Mercy, the Malkavian member of the team, she's disappeared. So far, Tony Perez has died, Mercy's disappeared, Gus has killed himself, basically, by attacking the prince. Kiara has disappeared as well. So that she was the Toreador, has left the city.
The worst Toreador in the world.
So basically, I'm seeing a report that the groups before us have really gotten fucked up, and like they've all kind of made a dismal doom.
Yeah, and they've pretty much between them achieved fuck all.
Yeah.
Now the Juggler connection. So Juggler, I know out of character is who he is, the head of the Anarchs, right?
Right.
So did they know that he's the head of the Anarch, and is that on my report, or
they did go to a lot of trouble to stake the place out? It was the one thing they actually did put a lot of effort into, was staking out the rose garden.
No kidding. Oh
they spent a lot of time on that. They had an apartment in Gary that Tony Perez had rented, as well as a beach house that they had rented. They had another location which had been, according to Jin, Archon Tyrus had lent them some weapons from a location in the city as well, but that the location is not given in the report.
So from this report, I know that Juggler. I don't know that Juggler is an Anarch at this point, but I do know that he is the central key around the Gary.
You would know he's an Anarch. It's pretty clear he's an Anarch, and he's some sort of Anarch leader. In fact, the report adds that he has connections with the overall Anarch movement. He's seen to be a mover and shaker of the Anarch movement. He's spent time in Los Angeles. There's been sightings of him in Los Angeles from time to time. Which is this Anarch fucking central. Los Angeles is considered to be an Anarch-free state, which that's secret knowledge that you've heard about, but nobody will ever say that in a Camarilla meeting, right? It's like the Chinese would never admit that there is a group of people practicing capitalism in China. That we don't talk about that. So the Camarilla wouldn't admit that there is an Anarch-free state, but that's what it is. The Los Angeles is the Anarch-free state. And Juggler seems to be connected with that. Yeah.
And that's it, though. Like, I don't know. So do I know how Loden feels about Juggler at this point, or do I know that there's a bad connection there?
Well, Loden's the Prince of Chicago.
Well, I know that much. I know that the two are at odds, but do I know that Loden knows? I guess I do know that as well.
Yeah,
right?
you know that Loden and Juggler are not, they're not mates. They've never been seen in the same place at the same time. They could be the same person.
Malkavian.
Right. That'll be a good one. That'll be a real good one.
What a twist.
Yeah, what a twist.
Next time I run this game, that's what I'm going to do.
Good idea.
I'd probably like it more, to be honest with you, if I found that out. But yeah. Okay. Hey guys, I got an email with some documents here, so I'm just going to forward them if I figure out how to do that. There you go.
Forward them to what? I'm sorry, what?
So do you guys all have laptops or something?
I don't have a laptop.
Well, I've got a BlackBerry, so I can forward this shit. I'm good.
We have a computer, and the only one who would be able to run it is Zora.
Right.
I don't know.
And that's a computer that's sitting on the desk in the office upstairs above your shop, right? That you do the accounts on.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's got like a 56K connection to the internet.
I don't know why I'm so
Don't mock it.
right
Those
now.
were good times. Those were very good times.
Those were good times.
Okay. Sorry.
I do not have a laptop.
Right.
I
I'm
don't
reporting
know.
it to question mark.
Okay. I think at this point maybe we should regroup, and I'll get you guys some information on what I've found out in these reports. Benson, can we go back to my place, and could you organize them to print out these reports for
Yes,
Chase
sir.
and Bells?
Of course. All right. So you go back to the house, and Benson prints out the reports.
Knowledge dump. Bang.
Right.
Thanks.
There you go. So you've all got. You're going through the folders that have been laid out on the table.
Because in all honesty, this is a whole night ordeal. Like that's a lot of shit to like process,
Right.
I'd assume. Like, and I think the most important part that we get out of this, guys, is the fact that Juggler is obviously the leader of the Anarch state for Gary and for this area. So this could be some potentially dangerous ground at this point. But he seems to have been helpful towards our predecessors.
So what are you guys gonna dress as when we go to the Rose Garden?
We're still hitting the club.
I
Yeah.
should. I should stay behind. I seem to aggravate.
No.
people.
No, Chase, the only way you're going to get good at je ne sais quoi is to go to a club. I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll get you all dressed up. Probably something a bit more to the times.
Makeover.
Vincent.
Makeover. Sounds
Like
good.
like the outfit you were wearing before, it wasn't quite it was standing out in a really bad way.
Okay.
So I mean that's not your fault. Obviously, that's Vincent's fault. Yeah,
Excuse
you.
me.
You're the one that dressed him.
I happen to be very well in the fashion. Did you see what Julia was wearing before?
I did. So I changed it. I don't know if you remember that, but she actually looks like, she has a bit of dignity now.
And they say I'm a Melkavian. Yeah, well.
So yeah, what are you guys gonna wear? Should we go like shop for something or what?
Well, if we're going to dress me, I think
In
we
that
should.
in that report, did they happen to mention what type of music and what type of club this is? Like,
Yeah, does it?
because I want to dress appropriately this time if I can.
It's
So do I, for goodness sake.
there are some photographs that they took with their cameras that had been purchased for them by Tony Perez, who apparently during the operation he purchased everybody a photography camera, like an SLR camera, and handed them all out to each of the group members. So there are a lot of photographs of the club from outside, none from the inside. From the outside, there are. It looks like it was at some point some kind of factory, possibly. There's archways around the outside of it. There's a parking lot that in the photographs is full of motorcycles and bikies. Some of them quite intimidating. Out the front, there are a bunch of security guards dressed as stylized faux police. So they're kind of sexy, but they're police. Like that's the style. It's kind
Speedo
of like
cops.
what's that?
Speedo cops.
Speedo
Nice.
cops. Yeah.
Right, could be.
Cops and speedos.
Right, they're not wearing speedos. They're wearing clothes, but they've got like skirts on instead of whatever they should be wearing, and there's a few little adjustments that make them look a little bit more cool.
So I'm looking at these two and be like, you guys are not going to dress up as bikies.
I'm looking at
okay.
I'm looking at these pictures and I'm remembering a movie that I recently watched called The Lost Boys, and
Here we go.
I'm thinking denim jacket, denim jeans, Metallica t-shirt. Yeah, I'm going bogan. Let's do this.
The mullety hairstyle.
You don't mullet the hair. You don't know.
There's only one power mullet in this continent, and that's from Loden. He's the only
Right.
one that's allowed it. So.
Right, that's true. He has the mullet.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
The mullet cannon.
I will find me something better to wear.
Are you gonna go Lost Boys too? I actually like what Star is wearing. Like she and I both have very similar outfits anyway. So, Star.
I'm going with the lead blonde guy. I'm gonna spike up the hair a little bit. I'm going the black kind of trench coaty kind of lost boy wannabe vampire-ish from the 80s. Let's do that. And yeah, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm not going as a lost boy. I'm already lost.
Can my
This
dominate
looks-
cheer him up?
I'm not going to
Can I
answer
just-
that.
Can I just look him in the eye and be like, cheer the fuck up? Like, is
Right.
that gonna work or?
There's multiple
Yeah, oh my
reasons why
God.
that won't work, but you could try. You could try. Like, cheer the fuck up.
So funny.
Okay.
That's when Chase just finds a personality that's cheerful and puts him
Right.
in the lead seat.
He's not.
Oh yeah, that's right. I get you. I can't just say I want the party personality to come out.
You might not like the party personality. It depends how the party personality parties.
I just bought you a helicopter. You should be fucking happy right now. Come on.
Right. Sulking.
Everybody's been picking on me.
Except for Vincent.
So Chase is going as an emo. That's what I'm gathering.
No,
Perfect.
no,
That's perfect.
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna wear a pair of boots,
That's a good start. Good start.
a pair of jeans.
That's it.
That's it.
Pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, jeans, yeah.
Uh,
Blue jeans or black jeans?
black jeans.
All right.
Black jeans.
That was never a question, was it?
Black.
No one wears blue jeans. I don't care what century it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Black silk shirt.
Oh no! Well, you've gone off the rails.
And
Is it a frilly silk shirt? Is that we got the?
no, it's
Huh?
just
Wearing
a
what you
black-
wore last night.
No, it's not what
He's
I
going
wore
down.
last night.
He can't get away from that being a romantic.
And that's and a leather jacket.
And a leather jacket.
Yeah,
So a silk shirt and a leather jacket, black jeans and boots.
yeah.
Leather jacket style?
Uh,
Is it a bomber
It's-
jacket?
it's a bomber jacket style.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. You can do that.
Yeah.
Very good then. Very good. Okay, and you're on your way to the club then, I assume.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
sure what I'm wearing is probably fine.
we're going to take a break in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's a good time.
Are we
on the
lined
way
up
to the club.
okay? Or should we meet up with the others, or at least try and make it so that we can meet up with the others?
Yeah, I mean, certainly you can go to wherever they are next. Once they come in, we'll just feed straight into whatever they're doing and sweep them away on a trip to Gary.
Yeah.
How does that sound? You can meet them at the cave or something. How does that sound?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's just wrap up here now. We're 3 minutes early, but we can start 3 minutes early for the next session if you like.
No, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Whatever, however you want to work. Cool. Very good. And I'll see you in 2 hours.
Yeah. I can't wait to meet this new guy as well. I mean, he
Yeah,
probably
that'll
won't be
be.
here for this.
He won't be
ish,
here for this, but he'll be here next week. Yeah, he seems
but-
cool.
yeah. Awesome.
He. Oh, incidentally, he is a they them.
Oh, that's gonna really be so hard.
I know.
But
Yeah.
But the character might not be, so that's what I'm going to base my thing off. I'll just see what the character is, and might be easier because I'm really bad at that stuff. Remembering anyway.
Yeah, me too. But I'll just try.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, guys. See you in 2 hours.
okay,
Have a
bye
good-
bye.
All right, see you guys.
See you.
Okay. Bye.